video playing through. Yeah, we're good.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes Twitch just fucks with us, though, and we have to keep refreshing.
Have you guys ever watched Twitch?
No. A couple times. I've streamed Fortnite on Twitch a few times, but
nice.
I'm not good or anything, so.
Yeah, Fortnite's it's an interesting time to be into the gaming universe, because it's like
so
taken
saturated.
over.
Yeah. It's wild.
And all those goddamn dances.
Dude, I bought the battle pass. I'm a sucker. Like, I can't even talk shit on that, man.
I don't know, I just suck at it so bad that I'm like, why am I even fucking playing this?
Dude, same. It's the most frustrating game ever, man. You play for like 5 minutes and then just suck a bunch of ass and you're like, alright.
My problem is I can't build shit. That's where like
really?
Some dude's like, I'm like, what the fuck?
I always just panic build a bunch of like pyramids or some shit. Like you're just getting shot at and it's like, oh, let's put a couple floors here so you can still shoot at me, but I'm just wasting materials or whatever. But
right, yeah, I fucking suck at it. I suck at a lot of games. I just barely started playing shit on the PC, so.
Oh yeah, I never had a PC that could play anything.
Yeah, same until now. One of our someone that came on our show, who's friends with us, just gave us this.
No
and
shit.
All I needed was a hard drive and a heat sink, so I was like, oh yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah, you made
Free
that
PC, I'll take that.
all day.
Right. Yeah, he was gonna donate it to the DI, and I was like, how about donate to us?
Right. But help us out. We don't have a computer here. We're using a Toshiba laptop to stream.
Damn. I don't know, you can find some cool shit at the DI though.
Yeah, you can.
Like if you look for retro like N64 shit or whatever.
Yeah.
I found a bunch of like cool games and stuff at the DI.
The DI is awesome. Like,
Yeah, it's cool. The people that work there aren't the brightest light in the world, really, but like if you know what you're looking for and don't need any help, I think you can get it done.
Someone knew, who was it? Someone worked there, and they said like they get like randomly a lot of dildos. Like people don't notice it's in their stuff. Like they'll donate a dress or something. There's a fucking dildo in there.
That sucks, man. Just be that guy.
Yeah.
Like, you just open up a tote out of some suburban. It's just like a regular family, and all of a sudden it's just a million plastic dicks.
Oh, that'd be pretty sweet. Hey, put this in your mouth.
That'd be traumatizing. Dude. What do they do with them?
yeah. The
Like,
wife looks
seems
awesome.
like the used dildo market's not the biggest in the world. I
Used-
don't know.
That'd be so funny to go to the DI and they're lined up on the shelf.
Suction cup.
Slightly
Oh, yeah.
used.
Slightly used.
God damn.
20% off.
Oh, God. Some ladies just
That's
buying
just,
them up.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good.
It's all bad, dude.
Reminds me of my husband.
Oh, God. It's like when
It's
the big
all
ones.
bad.
Right. Do you want to refresh it? I don't know. Got the...
Yeah. Is it usually like playing?
Yeah, that's a little
Yeah, it's
delayed.
delayed.
We got
That's
2 viewers, though. 5. Whoa. We're
Yeah.
popping off.
Hitting it big.
Yeah.
Spam that chat. Say random shit, whatever you want to say. Maybe just say titties.
Oh,
Who doesn't like titties?
Yeah,
Sure.
dude, spam the chat with titties. They're all good.
Fucking, I miss your live shit, dude. That
Aw.
was funny shit.
I could never do it sober, dude. Literally, sometimes on Facebook, I'd just be sitting in my kitchen. And I'd be like, I'm bored. I'm going to go smoke a joint and just live stream on Facebook for an hour. I just, like, fucking play with my Rubik's Cube and, like, eat a sandwich. Just, like, on live stream. Just bullshit.
did you have a lot of people watch it?
I don't know, man. Like, in the moment, not really, but I feel like everybody I talk to remembers them, so I guess probably, but it was a weird time in my life, man. I don't know.
Sounds pretty good to me, though.
I was pretty much just live streaming my demise, but like at the same time, hey, like,
If you got people watching the demise, it must be a good demise.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, shit, who was it? Who was that celebrity that was like live streaming a bunch while they were like doing a shitload of drugs and in rehab and stuff?
Oh,
I have no
fuck,
idea.
I don't know.
I don't remember their name. It was someone.
Sounds like a winner to me.
yeah,
Was it
dude.
Lohan or Charlie Sheen?
That seems like...
Yeah, it could have been
Seems like
either.
probably both.
I wouldn't be surprised. Thoughts on communism? It's the best idea ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it back.
Yeah, for reals. I don't know what we're doing, like not doing it.
Is that DJ fucking?
I don't know.
Nah.
DJ Dr. Dead Memes. I like the
I
name.
can tell it was a dead meme because he's talking about communism, dude.
Right.
That's been a dead meme since like 1945.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Do you remember we worked together for like a day and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to talk to Jeff?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, fucking badass.
Jeff is like the most interesting creature on this universe.
Dude, he's a fucking funny guy. That's like the weirdest person I've ever met, and he's also fat. So
yeah. So you get the humor out of it.
my favorite thing that I've ever seen Jeff do it was like a Sunday at like 7 in the morning, early as shit. And he just like looks at him and is like, "Hey, watch the till for a minute," because he had like, he had that like Midwest accent. He's from Chicago, so he like instead of watch, it's watch, and his voice is super deep. So he's like telling me to watch the till or whatever. So I'm just like sitting there falling asleep on the stool, and like a half hour passes by, and he comes back. You know how there's that Smith's across the parking lot. And he just comes back.
Fucking Slims?
Yeah.
Oh, no
Dude,
shit.
and he comes back, like, holding this box of just, like, fucking Cheez-Its or something. And he's just like, "Yeah, I had to walk to Smith's to get some snacks." Because he had a lisp, too. And so, like, he'd stick his tongue out a little bit every time he'd say the S sound. And I was like, "Dude, it took you a fucking half hour to walk, like, 100 yards.
If that.
Like, literally, yeah, it was probably less than 100 yards." And I was just like, whatever, dude. And then another time, we're going to just tell some Jeff stories. That's cool.
I'd like to think, though, when he got the Smiths, he went down the cheese aisle, and what took so long, he was pondering what to get with it.
I really want to think that, but I don't know if that's what happened.
It's like a kid's eyes on Christmas. He went down the cheese aisle, he's like, "Oh, fuck, there's everything here."
I bet it really took a long time that their Mart cards weren't charged up at 7 in the morning. So he just had to wait for one of those things to get
Tapping
going.
his toe. Sitting on it. Come on.
Yeah. But another time, we had some Hot Wheels up in the cigarette racks for some reason. And some kid, like, fucked up washing the car. I think you were here for this one. And it was one of the younger kids we were working with. And he, like, didn't get the wheel well enough or whatever. So, like, Jeff goes out and yells at him for a sec and brings him inside and pulls down the Hot Wheels and grabs a pen. And he's like, "You gotta wash here on the tires and the rocker panels." And he's like pointing on this Hot Wheels, like what you're supposed to wash.
He did that multiple times.
Yeah, he's literally just like mansplaining how to wash a car on this freaking Hot Wheels. It was the best, dude.
One of my favorite things, I actually went there to get my car washed, like just on a random day.
Yeah.
And there was a long ass line or whatever. And I don't want to name any of the owners, but one of them walked in.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, I'll name the fuck out of those guys.
I see Jeff wobble out and start washing cars.
What?
He was out there.
No
while someone
way.
else was behind the counter or whatever doing
Hell
something.
yeah.
And
Dude, he must have pissed someone off that day.
God, it
Damn.
made me so happy because you
Yeah.
could just see the struggle.
Yeah, dude, that's
Like,
funny.
Like he was
Yeah.
like trying to bend
Oh,
down
yeah.
and like get the wheel well.
Yeah. Dude, that reminds me of another time. So do you ever close?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know you're like supposed to climb over the concrete
Yeah.
wall to shut off the valves for the
Right.
gas to the pumps. So I don't know who was closing that night, but they had to leave for something, and so Jeff had to close, and he was like all pissed about it. So I'm like in Idaho or something, and he calls me at like 11:30. It's like, "Hey, can you come in and close up?" And I was like, "No, dude, I'm out of state." And then he's like, next morning I had to open. So I come in the next morning to open, and he just left the buckets outside, left the hose outside, just slammed the door shut, didn't even lock it. Like, that was it. He literally just shut the doors and left.
Dude, imagine seeing him rage
Yeah.
out there like,
Oh, yeah. Dude, I bet he was so pissed, and I, like, go up there, and, like, nothing had been done. I was like, man, Jeff was freaking pissed last night. He just didn't do shit. But on some real shit, though, he lost, like, over 200 pounds, probably. So, like, shout out to
Dang.
Oh,
Jeff.
damn. Good
Something's
for him,
weird.
yeah.
Progress is
Yeah.
progress.
Like, I knew Jeff at his worst. I'm sure he's a much better guy now, but
Yeah.
back then he was huge.
Good for him.
Oh, yeah.
Were you ever? I heard this story. Were you ever there when he broke chairs and shit?
Dude, yeah. When he broke the stool, that happened a couple times. He was just sitting there. All you just hear, like, the very distinct sound of wood snapping. You just hear him, "Oh, fuck!" It's like, "Oh, shit, what happened, Jeff?" And he's like, "The fucking stool, bro."
God
Dude,
damn it.
Jeff was a man. He like,
Right.
I have so many Jeff stories. Like,
You hate him, but you love him at the same
oh yeah,
time.
like he was kind of a dick, but at the same time, like he was a cool ass dude, and he did some funny shit. So it's all positive here with
Yeah.
Jeff, man.
Shout outs to Jeff. Come on the podcast.
Yeah, shout to Jeff, dude. You might need a
Jeff.
bigger chair, but get on over here, bro.
I want to just hear his stories.
Right?
Oh, I bet his are all the same. Stupid
his
dumbass.
These fucking kids all the time.
I work with high schoolers all the time.
They kept buying faulty stools.
He had his catchphrase though, because he was from Michigan. It's like every time he'd start off a story, he'd be like, "Back in Michigan,"
Right.
and he had this Trans Am that was like super fast or whatever, and he'd just tell all these stories like, "Back in Michigan, man, my Trans Am, we would hit these clover leaves on the I-95." He's like, dude. His accent's so like distinct. Every time you talk to him, you can't unhear it.
And he does it perfectly. Like, if you guys think he's being silly, it sounds like perfect.
I
to a
think you're
T.
forgetting, man. Sunday mornings, you had to get there at like 6 a.m. That's all we had to do. Was just
Right.
practice impersonating you. So, like, hey, I was getting paid minimum wage to impersonate my boss. I'll take that all day.
Hey, right?
Fuck yeah.
Did you work with James?
Yeah, dude, James was cool.
Yeah. I remember him and Jeff getting some heated
Dude,
arguments.
James and Jeff fought so much.
So, because James is a really close friend of mine.
Yeah.
And, like, he would come and hang out. Like, he used to live with Forrest.
Yeah.
And, like, he would come home and he's like, dude, like, I almost hit Jeff today. I'm like, don't.
Yeah,
don't
dude.
hit him.
He'll sit on you, dude.
You might hit him and his heart might just erupt on the spot.
Yeah, dude, that's a bad idea to hit Jeff. The main thing I remember about James is he was clean shaven, and then 2 days later he came in with a beard bigger than yours.
Yeah,
like that
absolutely.
fucking dude's beard game is insane.
Strong as
Yeah,
fuck.
It's wild.
Shout outs to him.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to James. I haven't seen him in forever, but he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
He's in California.
I trained him, and then he got
Is he
promoted to a.
Yeah, he was California.
Oh no way! But yeah, I trained him, and then he got promoted to a manager and was my boss. So I was like, cool.
Trade your own boss.
Yeah, it was the best, man.
Didn't managers ever only make like $9 an hour or some shit?
Yeah, but they didn't get tips, so at the end of the night, they'd usually make less
Yeah.
Yeah.
on most nights.
Fucking, I worked there with Tyson and fucking
Yeah.
Josh and.
I feel like everybody's worked at Slim's at one
Yeah.
point or
Yeah.
another, dude. That place was popping.
Did you guys ever know Nick, the old manager Nick?
I knew Nick. Oh God, I got a story
He
about
was
him
the
too.
fucking worst. Tyson sexually assaulted that guy so many times, dude. Like, he had a very strict rule. We could not come in his cube, and,
His
and we could
cube.
not talk to him unless it was about work. And Tyson every day would fucking like hike his shorts, clear up to his dick, and fucking like do the whole bra thing.
Yeah.
He would go behind Nick and just grab his boobs and like shake him and just oh man. Yeah.
God damn, he was the have a go one guy, right?
No, he was
No?
the Lidl guy. Dude. He
No,
the
Nick
one-
was the have a go one guy, wasn't he? Who was the have a go one guy that would be like? You've really never heard that one?
I've heard that.
It's the guy that would like. Every time someone would check out, he'd be like, "Yeah, credit or debit right there on the machine." And then like every time they would do, it'd be like, "All right, have a go one." So now everybody just says "have a go one." I'm pretty sure that was
Never
Nick
knew where
that did
came
that.
from.
I didn't either. I heard that all the time.
Oh
but I
yeah,
didn't
dude,
know where
have
that
a go
was
one's
from.
been around for a long time, but I'm pretty
That
sure
was
that's
just
who
some
it
shit
was,
you
man.
and Tommy made up.
No, dude, nothing was original.
Tyson cracks me up. That
Tyson's
kid,
a funny motherfucker
Yeah.
for sure.
I didn't enjoy being hit by him though.
Dude, that motherfucker punches hard.
Yeah, he does.
Holy shit.
Wasn't a big fan of that at all.
No.
I haven't talked to him in a minute though. We don't ever talk, but randomly he'll just send me the most disgusting, perfect, dank memes, just like at the most random times.
That's the best
He
kind of
sent me
friend.
Something a couple days ago. And I didn't even look at it. See what that shit was.
Hell yeah.
Did you want any of this?
No, I'm alright, dude. Thank you, though.
Yeah. 'Cause
Last time I drank wine, I couldn't, like, see straight for, like, 4 days. I got the worst hangover. It was bad.
Wes?
Yeah, I'll have some.
Okay, good. Because if I was gonna drink this whole bottle myself, then
It might get a little interesting.
You want some matter?
No, dude. Fuck no, I don't fuck with Chardonnay.
Is
I usually
that what that
don't,
is? I
but
didn't even know why.
I've been
dude.
drinking in a few days.
Are you supposed to, like, swirl it around so it gets, like, legs or
Ooh,
whatever?
that tastes like shit. I'm gonna drink it.
Well, if it tastes like shit, I gotta take a swig now. Straight out the bottle, we trashy up here.
Yeah. So I told Wes, like,
See what Tyson
Whoa.
sent me.
Dude.
The worst part's the aftertaste.
That tastes like you took, like,
Oh,
dandelions, just let them soak in
Is
freaking
that what you said?
acetone
Did you
for
send
2
that
weeks.
to
I know.
Yeah, I got that one.
I hate wine.
Yeah,
but
and I
it's the only
talked to
booze
him
I had
in
around the house, so
a
I took
year
it.
or
I mean, I
two,
guess
and
it's
just
not
get
too
those
bad,
out of
but
my-
I've never been a
Right.
big wine
I've had
guy.
worse wine. So.
Yeah, I've definitely tasted worse wine than that. I don't know, it's like a...
Wine's a weird thing.
It's not as bad as red wine. Red wine's pretty nasty.
To be honest, like, I prefer box wine. Everyone's like, cheap shit.
Dude, box wine's cool. I think it's sick you can get fucked up out of a box.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or
That's
take it
some
out of
next
the box
level
inside
shit.
like a bladder.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree. I think that pineapple doesn't go on pizza.
Me too. I also agree with that.
No, dude, I don't think anybody here thinks pineapple goes
Wes
on
does.
pizza. So here's the deal, man. With pineapple on pizza, it's nothing to do with taste. It's 100% texture. If I'm eating pizza and I eat something that squirts like sweet water into my mouth, I'm like, no, fuck this.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
not like
do
the
it.
sweet contrast to eating fucking cheese and meat, and also there's sweetness to it. I'm not
Yeah.
about it.
Fuck you, salty Frank.
Salt, he sent me something earlier. Some dude, did he send it to you? The dude in
Yeah.
Logan.
Well, what are those little sword and star things, man?
He's our mod, and
That's
he
his ranking, dude.
he's subscribed, and he's our mod.
Damn.
Alright, well, I'm sorry. Don't unsubscribe.
He'll fight someone to get some nice pineapple chicken pizza. Dude, no need to fight. You can have that. Like, I'll
No
just
one
give
else
it to
wants
you.
it.
Yeah. I don't want any of that. Pepperoni only for me.
You know, Maddie, I've tried to talk to a couple people on here who, you know, say their pizza game's strong, but they never worked in pizza. What was the most, I don't say fucked up, but the most weirdest thing that you made while we worked it?
Fucking, I don't know, dude. I didn't work there when you guys got in with the Asians next door.
yeah.
Asian food pizza.
Oh,
Forgot about that.
We made like a mac and cheese pizza. And
Damn,
gosh,
hell
that was-
yeah. I used to work at a pizza place too. That's so crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I worked at Pizza Factory.
Oh, shit.
It's out of business now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that it's out of
Shit.
business, and I'm not incriminating anyone by saying this, that place was infested with rats, dude.
Oh.
So many. Like, you know the little hot bag you go to deliver shit with? I picked that up. Well, actually, it was one of my buddies that picked it up to go deliver pizza, and a fucking mouse shoots out of the back of it. Like,
Oh,
from the
that's
middle
not
of
good.
everything. I was like, fuck this, dude. Like, whoever's getting this pizza is getting haunted virus. Or whatever the fuck. But I don't know, dude. We made some cool shit. My favorite one we ever made was we had like chicken nuggets or whatever. And so we would do chicken nuggets and then mac and cheese on it also.
Damn.
And it was pretty dope. Like,
Sounds delicious.
definitely one of those things that marijuana had to be like a precursor to. But, you know, afterwards, it's like, oh yeah, it was kind of dope.
I do owe Maddie a big apology for being against marijuana when we used to work together. Because your boy was a little uneducated.
No, that's okay. I'm not
Damn,
the
were you
second time
roasting
around.
him?
No, I wouldn't say roasting.
You were that guy?
No. Me and Maddie were always like...
Weed is the devil, you son of a bitch.
Well, I could see it because at that time, fucking like when we first worked together, like fucking the whole shit with Thomas. And,
Yeah.
I think at that point everyone there was like, fuck,
You wanna-
we'd
You want a hit of the old...
It just sucked
Sure,
because it
faggot
was
Tony.
timing.
Yeah.
You know, but
Thanks.
We're gonna run out of juice pretty
Definitely,
soon, and
yeah,
I
you're
forgot
right.
more.
was an
so this is gonna
uneducated
be
lad
interesting.
at that point. You still stay in contact with anybody that we worked with?
Booth Tyler.
Thanks.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Actually, fucking weird enough, Cammy and Tyler Weiler.
Yeah?
You remember them?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang out with them quite a bit.
Nice.
Fucking yeah, it trips me out. I forget they even fucking worked with us. And they said, like you guys never said anything. Like
I like Tyler.
Tyler's good
What
shit.
pizza place you guys work at?
Domino's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dude, Domino's is lit.
Phase Mar 5.
Yeah.
I fucking hate.
I think it's
Domino's,
Phase
dude.
Mars.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Damn.
Funny enough, I'm going to dinner with Clinton tomorrow.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah.
Wes is moving up in the world.
Yeah,
I
finally.
didn't know you knew that guy.
We're gonna go talk about weird fucking
Fuck
movies
yeah.
all day.
You know what we should do? We should talk about this fuck value system
Okay,
here
let's talk about
and
that.
how
Go off.
dysfunctional it is. You're not going to be able to see this, but I'll just read it for you. So apparently, one frick is one concern for your well-being. Yeah, that's no. If I say frick, that doesn't mean I'm concerned about
Yeah,
your well-being.
definitely
Definitely not.
not.
So
Not
that's
even
wrong.
kinda.
We're wrong from number one. And then one heck is 420,400,200 fricks.
See, I've said frick a lot, but I don't think I've said it that many times.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's on par with a heck.
So
No.
If you say heck, you
I think
really care about
heck is
someone's
below frick.
well-being.
Yeah.
I think heck is below frick for sure.
Yeah.
And now here's the one that really puts me through a loop. One darn is 4,783 hex. Now that's just hogwash.
That's
Yeah.
hogwash.
Complete
That's fucking
hogwash.
baloney.
There is no way. Darn is the bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. Darn is kindergarten shit.
Darn.
You know?
That's a heckin'
Yep.
outrage.
And then one crap is 100 darns. Which,
I mean,
that crap, no one cares about crap.
nah.
Yeah, that's just a stupid word anyways. Then one damn is 80 craps.
Yeah.
That's about right. And then one shit is 60 dams. Also about right.
Yeah.
Then this one fuck is 40 shits. No way it's that
Like
many
maybe
shits.
Like 4.
Yeah,
4 to 5, maybe 10.
Yeah,
If some of the shits are talking about poo and not just like oh shit.
Like that shit on the floor.
Yeah, like that's like a lesser shit. Like shits aren't all created equal.
Yeah.
But
And there was one time where shit and fuck were on the same page, and it was at the old Domino. Someone walked in the bathroom and someone shit on the floor.
oh,
Was it an employee?
Not one of our employees. I don't know if it was someone at the Chinese restaurant, but
Someone trying to prank you?
I can't remember. Someone walked in
it's a prank, bro.
from the bathroom and looked at me dead in the eye. And there's like, there's shit on the ground. And I'm like, what do you mean there's shit on the ground? Like, there's not usually shit on the ground. And they're like, no, I'm not joking. There's shit on the floor.
Shit
in the
on
bathroom.
the floor. Yeah, that's
Oh.
bad.
Okay.
It's never cool when you have to clean up shit off the bathroom floor at work.
Didn't someone else do it for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do it. I was a manager.
That's the worst.
But that was the only time that I felt like I ever really pulled it. I was like, hey, got some rubber gloves.
Did you just go, Booth, come here?
No. Even though that fucker always sent me pictures while we were working together, Snapchats of his shit when I went to the bathroom.
Dude, I hate people that do that.
Yeah.
I have friends that do that. It's like, why, man? I was trying to enjoy my day, and now I'm just looking at shit. Like, this isn't fun.
Wesley blocked me on Twitter or on Snapchat one time for sending too many dirty pics and pictures of me shitting.
Yeah. I had to get the block for a while.
Damn. I think one of my favorite shit Snapchats I've ever gotten was one of my friends. It was like squatted over like this, like 25 feet away from the toilet. And he just sent, and his caption was just going for distance. It's like, that's a good one.
That's funny.
I got a video of someone shitting. Like, I was like, what's
I've
happening?
seen those.
I thought it was gonna be like
Gross.
someone taking a piss and all of a sudden shit just. I was like,
That's just good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Have
that's
a
rough.
weird.
It wasn't funny. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
There's some.
I was like, sometimes
fucked
it's
up
funny,
videos
but
out
like this
there.
isn't funny. Why'd you send me that piece of shit?
My sister today, her and her fiance are having threesome with her friends.
Whoa.
Hey, what?
Where was the invite at, though? For reals.
Girl walk out completely naked. Hey, Mitch, you down? Yeah, we gotta go to the other room though. Yeah.
With your sister?
Definitely gotta go to the other room. That's fucking a little wild.
Wait a minute. At his sister's house, and oh, okay. I
Yeah,
thought it
his
said
sister.
His sister and her fiance. So I thought they were lesbians. So I
Oh.
was like, that could have been really dang. But
I don't want to join in with the sis. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
hey, I mean, that's a hell of a story, though.
Yeah. Nothing like that ever happens to me.
Oh yeah, definitely not. My sister's like 6, so I don't think
Yeah.
it's even a possibility.
Yeah. Where do you work nowadays, Maddie?
WG.
Yeah. How do you like that?
I love it, dude. It's pretty dope. Good to work from home.
Can't beat that.
No, that's the best.
What type of work is it? I'm not familiar with WG, I don't think.
That's a university, so
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's cool.
it's tough for students, pretty much.
Yeah, my brother was doing online shit for a while. And he liked it, but he wasn't. After a while, he wasn't doing the work.
Yeah.
Because it's from home. I was like, oh, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
So we got fired.
That's what I've noticed with like working from home is it's super easy, but at the same time it's like such an extra pain in the ass to actually do it. That sometimes it gets a little.
Like, yeah,
difficult.
I could just get high and watch cartoons instead.
Wait, whoa! There's another part of the story.
Wow.
We got a part 2 up in here.
I'll leave the other room, and my sister was like, I was wondering where y'all went.
Y'all. So y'all was a part of this equation. Here's a real question: what's the state that happened in? We got to guess.
South Carolina.
South. That's a good one. What about you?
Yeah, it is South Carolina.
Oh, you know it's South Carolina?
No,
Oh.
it's South Carolina.
All right. Sure. I mean, I was gonna say Arkansas, but
I gave Alabama a close
Alabama,
shout-out.
dude. Alabama's a rough place.
Yeah,
Right.
it's for sure. South Carolina.
Hell yeah.
Did you guys do any of the fall for the trap of being salesman, door-to-door shit for like security systems?
Dude, no, but I have friends that did.
Jordan's doing that right now.
Is he again?
Yeah, he's in Texas.
Again? What the fuck?
Dude, that sounds horrible. My buddy that did it got so fucked too.
Yeah.
Like they say they'll pay you whatever up front. Like it was, I don't know, $1,000 to make the math there easy. He gets there, and they don't give him the $1,000 for like a month or 2 in, and so he just
Right.
basically lived for a month or 2 off of nothing.
Mhm.
And then after that, you get a percentage of what you sell. So usually you're supposed to come home with like 15 grand, right?
Right.
He ended up coming home with like probably $3,000 for the whole summer.
It's rough.
Yeah, it's like literally, dude, 3 months of making $1,000 a month, but you're like across the country. Not cool.
I didn't make a single dime.
Oh, you did it too?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I did
God.
it.
Who did you do it for?
I won't name the company because I don't have a lot of nice things to say, but it was partly I wasn't motivated for how they want to do their sales because their sales were very, very evasive and lying.
Well,
And
dude, I feel like most people don't want to fucking buy most of that shit either.
Jordan's doing it for Vivint right now.
Yeah. Dude, we have one friend who is killing it doing it.
Yeah.
And then one of the guys that was not the guy who recruited me, but he was the guy who recruited the guy that recruited me.
Yeah.
Was making like 6 figures, in like the upper 6 figures.
Damn.
And it's like part of the company was his now because of how many sales he
Holy
got
shit.
and all this shit. And I'm like, guess if you can do it, it's really good money. But the best part is I got to live in like probably like a $3,500 a month apartment with like the nicest pools and hot tubs and indoor like pool tables and shit for free.
Yeah, dude, my homie's living conditions were definitely not that good.
No.
He was sharing a room with 3 dudes.
There
were 6 people in a 2-bedroom, so it was bad.
Damn, there was only...
He was doing pest control, though, so I would assume they have a lesser budget up front.
Right. It was 3 of us living in a 2-bedroom, and it was like 2-bedroom where like we're not close.
Yeah.
You know?
That's dope. That's way dope, dude.
But, yeah, it was with... James was one of the ones that went out there.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
nice.
But I think there were some people that you guys might know, too. You know, Patrick O. Try not to use last names too often.
All right, but yeah, probably.
He's in a band.
He's in a band?
Yeah, definitely.
No. I remember there was someone talking about you out there. They knew you. So I was like, I worked at Domino's. And they're like, oh, did you know Maddie? I was like, yeah.
No, like fucking majority of our guests ask about you.
Yeah.
You're a popular guy, dude.
Well,
I definitely say you're one of the most brought up people on the podcast for sure.
Fuck yes.
Just random stories like, don't you know Maddie? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah.
let's not mention those stories.
I don't. Definitely don't tell any stories because, I mean, some people like to tell their stories and some people definitely don't.
Yeah.
I try not to tell mine unless people are going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Kind of depends on the story, I guess.
Yeah. There's been...
This dude's just dumping stories.
You bang the same chick as your sister. That's weird.
Yeah, that is pretty weird. I mean, hey, whatever.
Yeah. I'm glad you're in a better mood, bro. I mean,
Way to go. I mean, I'm not banging a chick with my sister right now, so I guess you got a leg up on me.
what do they call it? Eskimo brothers?
Oh yeah, you're.
I guess you're Eskimo relatives.
You were already relatives before, though. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're just Eskimos. I don't know.
I think we've exhausted the criteria for that now. We got to come up with a new term.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a random question I forgot to ask. So, like, originally when we started this podcast, we were going to talk about, like, weird shit, like conspiracies or, like, paranormal or different things like that. We usually always ask our guests if they've ever had any weird, like, things or care about it or, like...
I'm probably the most, like, skeptical person in the world. Right. So even if I had, I probably would have just ignored it and written it off as something else. But can't really say that.
I'm in the same boat. No. Nothing that stands out.
Conspiracies, though.
Yeah.
Conspiracies are great.
God damn it.
No, I definitely...
No, they didn't ask about Wiener Stanley.
Oh, fuck, not Wiener Stanley again.
Who's Wiener Stanley? We gotta know, man. Through the chat.
So Wiener Stanley was a story that Forrest did, like, 10 minutes on, just improv, about some dude named Wiener Stanley, and it was fucking... It was kind of wild.
I was real drunk.
You're really drunk.
Dude, any amount of alcohol can come up with some good stories. I feel like each level of drunkenness, like, you get to different areas of stories.
It was funny. It was just Wes and DJ here, and I was like, they were like holding it together. Like I was just like, how far can I take this without them laughing? And they were both looking at me like, what?
Spreading big.
DJ just got up and went in the other room.
Yeah, that was a moment in time.
Hey, if that's what it takes. That's it. You already gave us a good story. That was a sober one. Shit.
What's you on conspiracies?
Dude, I think that most of them are just really entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of them are like obviously complete freaking bullshit.
Right.
Like the world is flat. Like that's just funny to watch people that actually believe the world is flat.
It's entertaining.
And they
as
just
fuck.
come up with shit. They're just like, yeah, it's perpetually moving up, and there's
Right.
ice around the ends, and if
God.
the ice melts, the water falls off, and we all die. It's like that stuff's really interesting. Just to, like see people that actually do that.
Yeah, the fact that someone believes all that.
Yeah, but then the ones that are cool though is the ones that you can't really disprove. Like
Right.
it's not like it's probably not what happened, but you can't like exactly.
There's no hard evidence.
Yeah,
It's good to entertain the idea for the sake of your own
Right?
yeah.
mind power.
That's what that book right there is, conspiracy book.
This
Yeah.
Brayden one.
Just all the conspiracy you can think of.
Nice.
I think it's weird too because now we have social media, so these crazy ass like psychotic people can finally have a voice.
Just-
Totally,
And they
dude.
get like a following because they're so just
Dude, yeah, this is
insane.
one of those periods of time where that can definitely like happen. It happens a lot.
We should just make one up, see if anyone falls for it.
That'd be sick. Wait, Harland Williams.
Harland Williams.
Let me Google that, and then I'll give you an educated
It's
guess.
a fat bearded guy. Fuck you. I'm tired of it.
Damn, I thought it was just like a long-haired stoner dude. I thought it was gonna be
I'm
me for
curious, let's
sure.
look it up.
My favorite one, I always get the one that's like, "You sound like that guy from Pineapple Express," or like any of those stoner movies. It's like whatever, dude.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's the guy.
This that guy's in a bunch of movies. I'm gonna guess my boy Forrest here.
It's
Yeah.
the-
The world is a Bohr vessel, 600 to 500 BC. I don't even want to try that. Ceramic. Oh, ceramic.
Yeah.
Technically,
flat.
it is made out of dirt, which is kind of a precursor to ceramics.
Correct.
Damn, I remind you of that guy? Fuck.
We had some guy come in here.
We missed the whole freaking Jarl Krim story. You
Started
gotta
partying in
scroll up
South
on
Carolina and woke up with some random chick from the party in Alabama.
Oh, shit.
that. What, were we just talking about Alabama too? He went to like the 2 worst states in the country.
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you just end up in Alabama.
Hey, I mean, I'm sure most people that are in Alabama, it's like, shit, how the fuck did I get
Right?
here?
Guess we have to stay.
You know, I mean,
Just gotta start watching football.
got
Hail
to.
Nick Saban is a god.
College football, though.
Yeah,
not
only
pro.
college
Yeah.
football.
Burn in hell saving.
Dude, I've never understood how people get that into college sports. It's like the season's what, 15 games or so
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
It's like
If they make it to the fucking bowl games.
yeah, dude. I don't know. Like, I've gone to the U for the last couple of years, and the U's football season's always the same. You go undefeated, lose one, never win another one for the whole season. Finish dead
Right.
last.
Right?
So it's just like that's just perpetual.
No.
So now you're just gonna watch the same thing over and over with different players that haven't made a name for anything. I don't know, man.
Do you guys know anyone in your life who is so like into their sports team? Like just hardcore.
Dude, I don't, but my
Dude,
dad's
I don't.
my dad's friend is like that, but like I don't know him personally.
It's hard.
But like I've just seen him watch a football game, and like one thing will happen, like they'll make a catch like laying on the ground and like some shit like that, and they'll like recreate it on the carpet. Like, you know, we'll go upstairs and like, you know, there's the ladies making chicken wings or whatever, and he's like, he freaking threw the ball and he caught it on the ground like this, and I'm like, dude,
fuck
come
off
on,
the
man,
ground.
leave it to the players. Like, there's a rewind button.
I know a couple of people who are like die hard. They're about their teams. And
Really?
stuff. And it's hard to be around because like it gets so intense. And it's like
Fuck yeah.
I like my teams, but I'm not like
Yeah.
if they're losing, I'm like, oh, okay. Well,
My whole thing is I just go local. Like, I don't care
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
football because we don't have a
Yeah.
football team. Like, I like the Jazz because if they win, then people will be like, oh, Utah's not shitty. But, I mean, it is, but it's,
right.
But yeah, dude, for the most part, like, pretty normal about sports. But those people that are out there are so hard to be around sometimes.
I
Man.
had a friend. They were super duper into everything, like all the sports, basketball, football, whatever.
Yeah.
One of his older brother. We were watching a game together, and his team was just getting trashed. And
Yeah.
he was so fucking mad. He stood up and just put a hole in the wall.
What the fuck,
Like,
man?
I'm fucking done, and like slammed the TV off, and I was just sitting there like,
Dude, that has nothing to do with anything,
Yeah,
man.
like-
Like, you're watching other people play a game.
yeah.
Some, like, far away.
I was like, damn, dude, next week's gonna suck too. They'll probably lose again. Like,
Probably. God damn, man.
Hey, thanks, Crystal.
so much handsome in one room. Hey,
Wait, do we know who that is? They have a crown there, subscriber. Shout out.
shout out.
Don't do meth though. It's not cool.
What was the story we missed from?
I can get it.
Yeah.
The
We're
most
about to run out of
confusing
juice,
junk
dude. I
story
may
was
have to
when
go
me
make
and
a
my friend-
run.
Oh, do you not have any with you?
No, I forgot it at the house. I'm such a scrub.
Our guest the other day, right when he walked in, accidentally dropped his e-cig and broke the tank. Like,
Where's the puddle, dude? We need to get that shit out there.
Yeah, it's on all.
I'm not a
Just like
junkie, but I'm
scooping it up in there.
Uh-oh,
We don't
we're
have any juice
buffering.
here, do we?
No.
Oh, there we go.
Anymore.
Did we have some?
Yeah.
What?
Someone left the juice here.
Where?
Damn,
Can
I
we
didn't
have
know
it?
that.
No, it's not here.
Oh,
No.
damn.
It's news to me.
Oh, well,
A juice.
a juice. A juice bottle.
One little juice.
Yeah.
My e-cig broke too, so I just
Whoa, fuck yeah.
I gave up.
Damn. I don't know. I just use them when I'm around other people.
Right.
I don't know, dude. I smoked a lot of cigarettes. So I was like, I'm going to try not smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
And I just vape a bunch. So I look gayer. And I'm still probably going to get cancer. So really, I might as well just start smoking cigarettes again. I just can't do it inside. So.
Yeah, that's a problem.
My problem was because I also started smoking cigarettes and then moved to the e-cig or whatever, or back and forth or whatever. But I think I smoke more when I have an e-cig.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
dude. I
Way
sit and hit
more.
this thing all day, every day. I'm such a freaking junkie. Like, it's bad. With cigarettes, you can at least usually keep it at a pack a day, but like, I was bad, man. I don't think you understand. I used to frame, so like we'd be building a house all day. It's like, oh, it's hot. Better go find a piece of shade and smoke a cigarette, so it doesn't look like I'm just standing here. Because vape tastes so good. I don't know about that. It's okay, I
I feel like
guess.
if you use the same juice, you can't even fucking taste
That's
it.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
just like nothing.
I use the same juice for like 5 years because it's cheap. It's like literally, I just I don't know, man. It's okay, I guess, but
Yeah, I fucking do love cigarettes though.
vape cannoli. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you not to. You can.
I'd rather you do that than eat it if you're fat.
True.
My problem though is I became that like because I quit and I just don't buy anything anymore. So
Yeah.
now I'm everyone like, let me have some of that.
Yeah.
So I was like, fucking stop bumming shit up.
That's me. Oh yeah.
Gotta call you out on that, bro.
You done these jewels yet?
Dude, I got a Juul. I should have brought it.
Yeah, those are.
Hey,
those are
TV.
interesting.
Dude, they're too damn
Hey.
potent. They need to chill the fuck out with those things. Straight up, like a grown man that's been smoking cigarettes for 10 years can hit one of those and be like, damn.
Right.
I know. Like, because
And they're
our
expensive.
friend Chan, yeah, they are way expensive. It's more expensive than just smoking cigarettes.
Well, where I was at, it's about the same.
Oh.
Dude, it was horrible.
Because they were going like, because our friend Chandler and his brother Cameron, they're going through like a pod a day, little things.
Oh yeah,
If-
That
maybe
goes-
more.
Yeah, that's about right.
So
Probably.
it's like a lot, but like, it's like, damn, it just you're so used to it now. It's like,
Yeah.
now you're hooked on way more nicotine.
Yeah, dude. Like, I think the Juul is probably like 3 hits of the Juul is like smoking an entire cigarette.
Yeah,
No, for sure.
It's gnarly.
yeah, it's like about 50%.
No, so the math is this. The way they measure it's fucked up. But this is it's 0.6 milligrams
Yeah.
per milliliter.
Okay.
So whatever that comes out to in percentage is whatever.
yeah,
No, it's 0.06. Sorry,
Yeah.
a Juul would be 0.50, which is a fucking ton.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like if you get a little bit of this juice on your tongue, you're like, oh, that's weird. But
Yeah.
if you get some Juul juice on your tongue,
Just
it
goes
burns
numb.
like hell and then your whole mouth goes numb.
It's like,
Yeah,
God,
it's
did I just do
horrible.
fucking blow?
Yeah, it's the worst, dude. Worse than blow.
Did I just go to the dentist?
Top Gun 801 needs to subscribe still.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
Smash that like button.
damn.
Hit the
YouTube.
bell. Get in the notification squad.
Why aren't you sub? There's free emotes if you sub.
Whoa, yeah.
I like how we can gift subs on our own channel.
That's kind of weird.
Wait. So
What does that
does
do?
subscribing cost money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. You don't have to, dude. It's cool.
So yeah, you can follow, or if you sub, it's like $5 a month.
Yeah.
And then who gets that? You?
Yeah.
Well, half of it.
Percentage of it, yeah.
Whoa, nice. So you guys are basically loaded.
I fucking wish.
You got 400. Oh wait,
No, those are followers. Yeah.
Yeah.
If those were subs, I'd be stoked.
I'll pretend that's how many subs we have.
Yeah, so you got 400. Whoa,
See,
that's
it's my-
you,
it's my
dude.
face, isn't it?
That's what you get when you
Nice.
sub.
Hell yeah.
Mumbling about not having 5. Nah, it's cool.
Wobbles away. He remembers the Jeff story.
Wobbling.
He's like a weeble.
Right? Sometimes you
But you ain't no weeble wobble. Do that Daniel Tosh joke.
God damn, Weebles are old as shit.
Yeah,
Man.
they are.
It's wild. I was like so young when those were still around. I had one though.
I did too.
They're the shit. And Furbies, do you remember Furbies?
Fuck
yeah.
Furbies.
Fuck
dude.
Furbies,
Dude,
yes.
those things are creepy as shit.
They're the worst. They would like record your voice and then like do a really fucking bad job of trying to say what you were saying at like 3 a.m. and shit.
Do you have did you have the ones that would like turn on randomly?
Yeah.
Dude, I had one when I was a kid. I told my parents like you need to like move this.
Yeah.
Because like I'd be sitting in my room and it'd wake me up at like 3 a.m. just like,
Damn.
hi, how are you? And I'm like,
Yeah.
what
Mine
the
would do
fuck
that
is
shit.
going on?
And it like, dude, it's a fucking 90s speaker, so it
Right.
sounds like Satan itself is just crawling out. It's not Satan and
the
it.
Jeff story was probably a little bit before you got here tonight, Jarl.
Dude, don't worry, watch your back.
Perch prime in the corner was I? Oh, hey. So you're up at the U now.
Yeah. Been there for 3 years.
How is it?
Dude, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like here's the thing: the campus is cool, the school is cool, but just going to college sucks ass, man.
Absolutely.
But I don't know, man. Like the U is cool because it's local and it's also pretty big. It's like the biggest one in the state.
Yeah, right.
So you'll get like stuff going on, and you get like good discounts at random shit. And
Well, yeah, I'm sure there's never a night like if you wanted to do something, there's always something to do.
yeah, something to do for sure. I mean, you usually got to be like either providing alcohol or like cool and underage to get into any of it. but-
Right.
Honestly, dude, if you just go to the U carrying a 30 rack of PBR, you'll get somewhere. Like that's for damn sure.
Someone will invite you in.
You'll go somewhere.
Are you living on campus?
No, I've lived at home the whole time, so I commute. So I
Yeah.
honestly don't do shit on campus usually. But
I had a friend who lived on campus and she fucking hated it.
dude, living on campus is expensive,
Yeah.
man. I don't know the exact number, but it's something like $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
Because it's like $500 a month for rent, and then your meal plan's a
Yeah.
fucking shitload, and you have to get a meal plan.
Are you on
Yeah.
scholarship?
Me? No.
Yeah. Oh, so you paying out of pocket for?
No. Student loans, dude.
Oh, student loan.
Yeah, you got to get that crippling debt.
Definitely. Crippling debt to match the crippling depression.
Yeah, no, for me, tuition's usually like $2,000 a semester, which is a fucking ton. But
That's
That's not bad.
that's
that's
not bad. I
No,
pay
I mean,
more at community
it's not like
college.
it's a lot for tuition, but that's just like a lot of money in general.
Oh yeah, no, I understand.
And so like
that,
$2,000 a semester after the Pell Grant though. Full price is probably like $4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, after because I was gonna say I paid like $2,600 a semester just at the community college.
Yeah.
So I
No,
was gonna say, did I fuck up not
no,
going?
I get a pretty nice Pell Grant because things, but
Yeah,
That's how I was too.
I mean most people do get an okay Pell Grant.
yeah.
yeah, mine was
Yeah.
not so okay. They
You
told
really?
me- yeah, they were like, hey, you don't get anything.
That's a bummer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
mine's
I was
based off
asking.
of what my parents made, and I guess they don't make a lot. So
That's how I was. I got 5,500,
really, holy fuck. Yeah.
and I wasted it.
I
No, that was a year though, not a semester. But so like.
Okay, yeah, a year. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, if you like are on your shit, which I wasn't at first, you can get a degree in 4 years, and I
Yeah.
guess doing the math, it's like 25-30 grand. So I guess that's not horrible.
do you know what you're going for specifically?
Oh yeah, no, I'm way too far deep to change now. I'm going into business,
okay.
business administration. Yeah.
Because we had a guest on who's a friend of mine. He went and he was going for, God, it was computer something.
Computer science or computer
Something like
engineering,
that.
probably those are the only two.
And he got pretty deep into it and realized how much he hated it. So it ended up
It's not
just
that you
being-
can't change, but I just wouldn't want to. So
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Fuck that.
Transfer credits are like a weird thing to work with. So if you're going from anything in the business side, like business administration or management or whatever the fuck all the other ones are,
Right.
pretty much the prereqs for, so you get like the first 2 years and then you get the second 2 years. And the second 2 years are considered upper division.
Right.
To get into upper division, the prereqs are the same for pretty much all of them.
Right.
So you can pick like which subcategory, but if you're going from like business like engineering, everything's different.
Mhm.
So if you're like 3 years in and then you switch, you're gonna be another 3 years to get back to
Yeah,
where you were,
fuck.
pretty much.
From my understanding, whatever he was doing and what he wanted to move to, he said it would have he was like 3.5 years
Yeah.
in.
Uh-huh.
He says I would have to do like almost another 3.5 years.
Yeah,
And I was like, that's
yeah, dude. 7 years of college is a long fucking time.
yeah.
But at
Especially
the same
for, like,
time,
not
like-
becoming a doctor.
Yeah. So at the
Yeah.
same time, though, man, like sometimes having a degree for the field you want is that important. It's like
It is.
people justify
Yeah.
doing it, but some people don't want a job they need to go to college for. And if that's your situation, I'd say not to waste the money.
Yeah,
man.
because there's like a lot of technical stuff, DATC stuff.
Yeah,
like
dude,
that.
I feel like the next 10 years are going to be all labor, not like blue collar because it's a stupid term, but like plumbers make a ton of money. Like anything construction related or like being a mechanic or whatever. Because if you think about it, because if you think about it, 2 generations ago, so our grandparents, that's what they all did.
Right.
And then our parents' generation saw that saturated, so we're going to do white collar things. Again, like that's not a cool term, but whatever. And then they're doing like office jobs or whatever. And now, since that's so saturated, you see people that are like psychiatrists or whatever that are working for less than laborers are.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if like it's not a bad time to.
Well, and on top of what you're saying, it like the next like 5 to 10 years is the best time to get into it because all the baby boomers are all retiring.
Yeah.
So all the electricians and plumbers who are masters and been doing it for 40 fucking years are going to be gone.
Or they'll be right at the end so they can teach you everything.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's like best case scenario.
Yeah.
Like, get in and like...
And then like get good.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I've worked with people in the construction industry, like my boss and people like just subcontractors basically.
Yeah,
But like skilled laborers are making a ton, man.
Hell
They're
yeah.
like lots of money.
Yeah, one of my buddies started electrical.
Yeah.
We worked together like in an office job, and he went and did electrical.
Yeah.
They started him at like 15 or 16.
Dude, yeah, I was doing asbestos abatement, and it's not considered hazmat because it's a little different, but like asbestos and lead and like mold and shit, and they start you at like $16.50 an hour.
Yeah.
And then they promote you. You can get to $20 an hour in a year, and if you stay there for like probably 5 or 6 years, you're making 6 figures.
Yeah.
So like if you make it to a foreman, you're making $100,000 a year.
Easy.
And that's you can be there in 6 years. So figure if you start working there and you're 18, by the time you're like 26 or 7 or 8, you're going to be making pretty damn good money.
And there's a lot of jobs like that too that I don't think that like specifically high school counselors are talking about, because I had a job, I don't want to mention it because they're like super big, but it was a call center, and call center is shitty work. Everyone knows that. Like, it's just
not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. But I was there for just almost a year mark.
Yeah.
And I got like $550 in raises.
Fuck
and could have been promoted to like a coach or team lead or whatever. And that's just like in a year.
Yeah.
So if you start at 18, I know one girl who started at 18 and she's a team lead, easily making $80,000 and she's like 22.
Oh yeah, dude, $80,000 at 22 is fucking ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Like shit, I turned 21 in a week and I'm not even making a tenth of that.
Right.
You know, like
exactly. So that I think there's I don't know. We talk about schooling a lot on here. I personally think the university style of doing things is probably going to be outdated here.
It'll either be obsolete or it'll change a ton.
Yeah. I think it's going to change a ton.
What I think they should do is combine the skilled labor for like the DATC type stuff and put that in universities.
Yeah, they need it for sure.
So that they could keep the universities around, because the university brings economics.
Lots of money.
To the state.
Lots of money.
Which is important.
Definitely.
It is very important. Where do you stand on how much schooling costs?
That's the thing, man. I'm going to be real with you. I have a differing opinion than most people of our generation on that. I would rather pay for school now than pay for it later in taxes.
It's going to be real expensive later, too. Like, each year, probably price going up, too.
That's the thing, man. Like, if I'm paying the money now, government aside, out of my pocket, and I pay that off, or when you get a good job and make all the money, and they're taxing you like 60%, you're still ending up with the same, you know. But now, it's just I get to know where my money went.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, I don't know. That's a little more right-winged than most people are nowadays. But that's
don't you get like a shit ton back on taxes, too, if you're going to school, though?
I don't know about a shit ton, but I've usually gotten a nice chunk of taxes back. I also never claimed deductions.
My friend one time got $1,000 back.
Really?
He was going to school.
It depends on what, but my favorite thing is I get a fucking ton of student discounts or random shit.
That's nice.
Like ski passes are really expensive.
Oh, yeah.
I get a couple $100 off for that. And one thing, college kids watching this, one thing you gotta know, man. Every time you buy anything, just ask to have a student discount, because they usually do.
Yeah. You get like free Hulu, free Amazon Prime.
Dude, not even that. Like if you're going to fucking Walmart or like fucking Victoria's Secret does it on some shit, but like just anywhere, just ask to have a student discount. A lot of the times you'll save a couple bucks, dude. Like I know for a 100% fact, my girlfriend just bought some shit from Victoria's Secret, got a student discount. 100% fact, Victoria's Secret has a student discount.
I was wondering too. I was like, "Oh, you just frequent Victoria's Secret?"
No, dude. Yeah, I was trying to buy some lingerie.
You were just like, go to random girls. You want to try this on for me?
I got a student discount.
I got just Dude, that's how you pick up chicks. Go slaying your student discount around at Victoria's Secret.
Let's see what Jarl's saying here. Roll up. Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
Okay. To Jarl Krim on that, your Jarl Krim,
Yeah,
I'd like to
Jarl.
rebuttal his last one.
Okay, let's see.
Fine ass bitches.
Oh, he says he drives around asking for fine bitches if they smoke. Usually find somewhere to party.
Yeah.
I dropped out my second week in college. Like me getting paid to cook house parties.
Yeah, you do make some good food.
But
What
think
you
about
say.
it like this: if education is one day keys to bettering yourself in your life, then why make it a prohibitive when the majority of the population is, relatively speaking, too poor to afford it?
Alright, so now here's my rebuttal to this one. Pell Grants, we're back to that.
Yeah.
If your family, whoever is from the government's point of view responsible for funding you, which is a dumb system, they should change
Yeah, it
that.
is.
But if they really are too poor to afford it, then
You can get a lot of money.
You can get most of it paid for. You can get most of the tuition covered.
See, I have an interesting. I guess maybe me and Maddie were in a similar position. I'm not sure. So when I filled out my FAFSA, my parents are pretty much like middle class.
Yeah.
So they don't make less like to
Yes.
cover for like.
So they're right about in the middle
Yeah.
of the
So
road, yeah.
literally, my FAFSA was like, okay, here's your 2 options. You get 2 student loans. There's no Pell Grants.
Really?
Yeah.
So that kind of fucking sucks because not being rich enough to have afforded me a savings for college, but not
Yeah.
poor enough for me to be able to get help for college is kind of rough.
Right.
So I got my associates. I did most of it online. I paid
Yeah.
for that all out of my own pocket,
Yeah.
which it's definitely doable in certain situations. But like I lived at home, so I didn't
Yeah.
have to deal with rent. So all
Yeah.
my money could just go to being
Dang.
paying back.
If you want to do college on the cheap, it can be done. Like, you just have to live at home and all that
Yeah.
shit. But if you really want to go out and live the college life, that does take some fucking serious
It's
stuff.
like, 'cause I could have done it for like $200 a semester, at least at community college, and
Yeah.
I dropped out. Fuck college. No.
Yeah. It really depends on what you want to do.
I don't know. I just was like, it wasn't what I thought it was. Like, I was sick of the fucking, like, 'cause I went to Slick, and like middle-aged women that act like they know everything,
It's the worst.
and
Yeah,
like
Slick's
they would like
just-
give me shit. Like,
Can
you're
I speak
dumb.
to the
And I'm like,
manager haircuts on all of them?
Yes.
Probably. Yep.
This is how
and I
weird.
hated it, so I was like, I'm done. Fuck this.
Did either of you guys go to Slick at all?
I didn't ever go to Slick, no.
Yeah. I was going to South City campus for my first semester, and the first class that I ever took, like in my first like semester, one of them was like a college prep class, and there was no reason for me to be in that class. I thought there was going to be, but literally like
It sounds useful.
it sounds useful. It was the biggest waste of my time. There was this lady, and I've told this story before. Bigger lady, has the haircut, has the shitty tattoos.
Of
like,
course.
you know when heavier people get so fat, like their arms kind of start bulgy, and it's weird and gross.
And they don't get elbows.
Yeah, she had like gross tattoos all over her bulgy arms. So you can just picture this type
just
of
the
person.
Michelin man with tattoos.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was these 2 girls. They were probably like 18, 19, really cute girls, and you can definitely hint like that jealousy of like, oh, these 2 girls are really attractive. This
Yeah.
lady hates them. This girl was coughing because she was sick that day or whatever, and I guess she coughed in her arm, and like it was like towards this lady.
Yeah.
This lady lost her fucking mind in the middle of class.
Jeez, in class?
Yeah, like because the teacher's up there like you know doing her spiel or
Dude,
whatever.
fuck off.
And I just hear this lady like loud as fuck like, "Hey, don't fucking cough on me!" And I'm like, everyone in the class is like, "What the fuck?"
Jesus
And the
Christ.
girl is like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and like she just like
Yeah.
And like she coughed again, and this lady like stood up, and the desk was like stuck to her belly.
Oh,
And, like,
gets up with the whole desk.
and she's all like, "This is I told you not to fucking cough," and like blows up
Nice.
like in the middle of class, and the teacher's all like,
yeah, like, what
leave.
the fuck are you doing? Yeah.
like leave, and like all of us were like looking like,
Did you just start going?
I should have. I was so uncomfortable. I was like,
dude, your first couple of weeks, months, my first whole year of college was some weird shit.
Yeah.
You just like looking around, it's like there's like 35-year-old dudes in here, and there's like also more of me over here. And, like we're just like
just a
everyone.
weird mesh.
Yeah, it's just everything.
Everyone wants to kind of talk to each other, but everyone's like doesn't want to talk to each
Everyone
other.
wants to talk to each other, but everybody thinks the other person doesn't want to talk
Yeah.
back. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think the same way because like I try and like talk to people, and they
If
feel
you go
like-
up and talk to someone, they'll talk to you back,
Yeah.
and they won't seem too off-putting, or they
Right.
won't seem like too put off by it.
I also had this girl try to fucking roast me, so yeah, and I was not about it. So
You can't just get roasted.
yeah, I'm not gonna get fucking roasted. So when you go back to college, if you haven't been like if you're not right out of high school, you have to take Is it the AccuPlacer?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I had to take the AccuPlacer.
Yeah, I have to
and
do that too.
I didn't know, like I did algebra whatever in high school, but it's been multiple years.
Dude, the AccuPlace is rough.
Yeah, so they put me in math like 950.
Yeah.
And it was like 8th grade.
Yeah, dude,
math.
literally, dude, math 1050 is like pre-calculus.
Yeah.
To put it to scale for
Right.
people who don't know.
So I went in there and like all this stuff ended up just being a review for me. And for some people in the class, it definitely wasn't, like they didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
So like the first like 8 tests we take, I hurry and do it and then just leave. So like one of the final tests or whatever, I'm done in like 4 minutes because the whole class was a review. And I go up to hand the teacher and she's like, this girl like long blue hair, super skinny. Looks like she does a lot of coke on the weekend.
What's with
fucking
fucked up
hates
hair and
Trump.
just being attached to shitty people?
Right. So
She's like, fucking
she like legit
government.
looks up and she's like, "Are you serious?" And like right at me, I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "There's no way you did that all right." And I'm like,
Then grade it.
"No." I looked at the teacher and he's like, "I'll grade it really quick." And I'm like, "Please." So he graded it, and I went up and I grabbed it, and I looked at it. It was 100%. I went right next to her and went and walked out.
Yep.
And I was like, "What are you trying to roast me?"
Yeah, for reals. Dude,
like-
I've had that exact same thing happen because I'm not the most punctual person in the world.
Right.
So I'll show up to class like 10 minutes late or whatever. And I like walk in, sit down, do the old, Family Guy, like, better be hitting the old dusty trail, slide it all sideways. And I'm like sitting there chilling, whatever, just taking notes. Like, I'm the type of person where if I hear it once, I write it down, I remember it. Like, I'll take the notes and I'll never look at them again.
Right.
Just because, like, as soon as the test comes up, I'll just remember.
That's good. Yeah.
Like, I don't know how that ever worked out, but that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So, I was that kind of person on a normal class day. And then they would announce the test. They would put out the study guide. They'd do the study guide or whatever. I would go over it really tediously, know it backwards and frontwards, be so ready.
yeah.
And then, that was all behind the scenes, though. So then I show up to the test day, take the test in like 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on how long it is, turn it in and leave. And then every time, like halfway through the semester, I get the professor emailing me or whatever, like, hey, look, like, it's not too late to drop if you're not going to pass, whatever. And I'm like, I've been getting 100% on everything. Every time they're just, because, like, I don't know, I've always been the type of person to just do it on my own time.
Yeah.
And so you'll just get those people that are like, if you're not passing, like, you can dip out. It's like, no, man, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm here.
Hey, JJ Putz, how are you? It's been a while,
Hey,
dude.
welcome back, friend.
Yeah.
But
See.
yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
Let's see what Ural says. Okay. When society would be a whole be better if education was more available. So you're saying that everyone who's too poor to afford it, the government can afford to do it. That's where I fell. Too rich for Pell Grant, too poor to afford loans. Right. I just feel like in general it'd be better if it was easier for people to do it themselves than having to learn on the government.
Having to lean on the government.
Leaving on the government, yeah.
Yeah.
And
There's no way to solve it, though.
that is the tough part because university is a money-making business.
Yeah. Well,
So-
that and the
It's a
government
non-profit money.
the government can't just go slinging shit too. So you just got to try and find a scholarship. That's the thing, man. I don't think school should be for everybody because then if you get a degree that you earned and worked really hard for, or like if you get a scholarship and you get a degree from the scholarship, like you deserve it.
Right.
And if you don't get the scholarship, and then you should have to pay your way through maybe because you didn't work hard enough to earn
Yeah.
it. Hypothetically, I mean, like I don't know if that's like 100% how I feel about it yet,
It-
but
it-
like that's just an idea.
It's tough, and I think scholarships are a little bit based off of like
There's a lot more than just being smart put
Yeah.
into scholarships, but I mean,
because I was fucked because like in high school I took it more serious than most of my peers, and like I did good on ACT. There was no scholarship for me,
yeah.
so it's like
That's the thing too, is like there may have been, but just like
Just
they're so
couldn't
hard to
find
find.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's the thing though. It's like you just can't fucking figure out how to fix it. If they
Yeah.
could figure out how to make that system work without one person or another overextending financially, then they would have done it.
right.
But like, who knows, man?
JJ Putt says was in Quebec for 5 weeks. That's pretty cool. Universities of corruption. School sure isn't for me. Go to Switzerland. 50% of people go to university for academics, and 50% go into trades.
I'd say that's about the same as here.
Seems about right. I think one thing and this is very rude of me to say, but I think university needs to get with the idea of stop giving these people who are getting degrees for useless shit scholarships.
That's not even rude. That's facts.
How many
it's-
culinary arts students are there? Fucking art degrees.
Dude,
Right,
culinary arts is a little like that's okay. You know, we need restaurants in this world. But the
Yeah.
people that are getting degrees in like
Sports medicine.
my worst one, park recreation
Oh,
and
yeah.
tourism.
Exactly. So I think that where it needs to change is these trade schools like DATC, and then everything that has to do with business, accounting, and all the
Yeah.
engineering, all the stuff that as a society we actually truly need should be university.
That's
and then
it.
these culinary arts.
Those should be the DATC.
yeah,
shit.
those should be the DATCs. Like I think cosmetology, perfect for a DATC.
Yeah, I don't think
Well,
the
but
U
if
has
you think about it,
cosmetology.
like in
Philosophy,
relativity, like it's all relative. Like
Right.
I mean, like a lot of those scholarships that are coming from places are coming from third parties who are willing
True.
to fund them themselves.
Yeah.
Just different third party like
Yeah.
just any business around here could say, you know, we'll offer a scholarship.
Right.
Not to mention the fact that like it's like you were saying earlier, like there are more manual labor jobs that are coming about, and that's starting to be a money industry.
Yeah.
So like the last thing you want, especially like if we as the individuals here want to go into something like accounting or something like that, you want those people to have those scholarships because you don't want your field that you really truly care about to be flooded,
true,
and
it's
then
very
you're
true.
like shit out
Yeah.
of that job.
100%.
That's a good point.
So I mean like
Yeah, because when I was on the campus or whatever, PhD in pornography, you're fucking right. There would be bulletin boards, and it was the weirdest thing because like what Maddie said, there would be third party. It wasn't even organizations. There was
Yeah, yeah.
people, and it was like, hey, we're looking for these specific diameters, and it would be like wild shit. Like,
Yeah.
Native American. That's
yeah,
Get
there
it?
was definitely a lot of those, but there was like papers, and it'd be like,
Yeah.
hey, do you fall into this category, going for this degree, specifically
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
this
yeah.
and this, and they'll just pay for your schooling.
Dude,
'cause-
that's the thing though. You get such a fat tax break from offering scholarships as a
Yeah.
business too that most
exactly.
businesses do it.
yeah.
So like if you go around to Urban Vapor and be like, "Hey, do you guys offer a scholarship?" They might.
They might.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's
Well,
like everybody says
how
that
good
in
are
high
you
school.
at
You
vaping?
just
We'll give you a scholarship.
how big of a cloud can you chuck, bro?
I
10 grand.
10 grand,
I was
yeah.
saying that with like a lot of what we see in entertainment now, and I'm not discrediting the people who do it because it's a wonderful thing, but we see a lot of these entertainers on Twitch or YouTube or Instagram or whatever you want to be who are making these fuck tons of money because entertainment's so big now that what they do is get ginormous donation parties to give to St. Jude or whatever. It's a wonderful thing, and I totally agree with it. But on the back end of things, that's so they don't have to pay 60% of their taxes.
Yep, you get big
You
tax
know?
breaks for that, and that should be crowdfunding should be exempt from that. I think if I crowdfund something, I shouldn't get the tax break.
Right. 'cause-
Yeah, 'cause you got other people to pay
Exactly,
for
because
it.
it's not my money.
and I don't know the Twitch rules on that, but I've always wondered that because some of the bigger people will do these like week-long, month-long things
Yeah.
where like, hey man, we're doing a donation thing to St. Jude, and they'll get like $100,000.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's taxed. It should be.
It should be taxed, and I don't think that they should claim that as revenue that they made, because all it is a third, like a middleman. They're getting these people's donations
Because I know
to then
GoFundMe's are
donate
taxed.
it for like themselves,
Yeah.
saying like, "Hey, Wesley McBee made $100,000. I'm donating it to you," but in reality, it was just
Here's another thing that's fucked up about St. Jude in particular. Not to name drop, but just people like them. You donate them $100,000, maybe 30% of it,
Yeah.
40% of it. They have to disclose a percentage so
Yeah.
you can find it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't all 100% go. So if you're going to donate to a charity, pick one that has a good percentage.
I didn't know that for a long time because a lot of the big ones that people know about are like what was it? I don't want to guess, but like one of the big ones that does all the worldwide stuff, 7 cents of a dollar goes to actually aiding whatever they're working on.
7 cents on the dollar is rough.
That's
too.
bad.
That's way bad. Like those hurricane ones, I know their margins are pretty shit.
Yeah.
And
And I get like you got to pay.
You got to pay your people's paychecks, but you just got to you got to
Giving them
advertise
triple
what you're
fi-
saying.
or 6 figures.
Here's another thing that's fucked up. You know those guys that own a non-profit,
Yeah.
they're always driving a Lambo, right?
Yeah.
Like they're making some pretty fucking ridiculous money.
It's like, wow, this is
Tax
a
free.
non-profit.
They're 100% tax exempt as a
Yeah.
donation place too. So
Daryl says, but I get stupid lucky and cooked for the owner and got hired. And just resume with a big ass.
I think we're
big
missing
up
the first
resort.
half of that.
No, sorry.
Good. Oh, so I made it as a cook with without culinary school.
Yeah.
Basically got lucky, cooked for the owner, got hired. The resume at a big up restaurant, stupid easy to get a job as a cook.
Fuck yeah.
I think that like if you're gonna go to school, it should just be because you're fucking interested in what you're
Yeah.
Passionate.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I don't see much of a reason to go into something you hate.
That's kind of why I'm stuck. Because like, I can go get my bachelor's in business and
Yeah.
go do something, but what I'm actually would be passionate about is like going and doing like astronomy or archaeology.
Dude, I
There's
took an
no
astronomy
jobs.
class and it was so
Fuck the
fucking
jobs.
cool.
Yeah,
Talk
So
about it on the
fucking
internet.
right.
There's one astronomer that's making money, and his name's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
The fucking man.
The
right?
fucking man.
I'm like, I would love to do that type of stuff,
Yeah.
but in reality, if I wanted, like, I could do like
Yeah.
a minor in it and then have to go get like a theoretical physics degree or something.
Dude, the cool thing is
that
at the U in particular, the astronomy 1010 is the class name,
Mhm.
but that counts as a physics credit that you need
Oh, I didn't
for
know that.
graduation, so you can get away with taking that and have it count for something, and it is cool. That class is fucking sick.
Yeah. It's cool that an astrophysicist is like so fucking famous.
That's way dope. He keeps like everybody in check too.
And he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's way
Oh
hilarious.
yeah, dude, Neil deGrasse Tyson's the fucking man. Shout out to him for sure.
Mm.
They do make their money from being writers, is what Yarl says. Astronomers make.
Yeah,
He's got
dude, Neil deGrasse Tyson just came out with a book.
No,
Have you guys read
astrophysics
it?
for people in a hurry.
Yeah, have you guys read it?
I haven't
I've
read it.
half of it.
Yeah, dude, I just ordered it. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Same thing with African charities. Money goes to the corrupt government leaders.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'll squeeze by real quick.
Yeah,
Tell me
dude.
my horoscope, Wes. God damn it.
Want to go
JJ.
get some vape juice while you're out there?
I can't. We've talked about it a lot here. I can't stand astrology.
Yeah, fuck that shit. It's
we
bullshit.
roasted hardcore. on
Dude,
here.
yeah, it's bullshit. 100%.
It's just pseudoscience. I feel bad too because the people who are super into it, I think they forget that the people who are creating this are making money off of their dumb ideas.
Dude, okay, I didn't know this. I wasn't alive in the 80s, but actually on one of Neil deGrasse Tyson's podcasts with Joe Rogan, he talks about apparently fucking Nancy Reagan, Ronald
Yeah.
Reagan's wife, was like so into it as a
Super.
fucking first lady.
Super.
God
into it.
damn, like politicians into astrology, who would have thought?
Some people say that that's the only her being into it is the only reason why it's still alive.
I wouldn't be surprised.
because it sparked more people being super into it.
Yeah. The whole idea of how it works just doesn't make fucking sense either.
So wait, hold on. So what month were you born in? You know. So the month you were born in dictates your personality and characteristics.
Well, beyond that, because like the whole thing is what constellations behind the sun when you were born, right?
right.
What the fuck, man?
Right.
Like, I don't even know. That's some funny shit, though.
Pseudo boners, yeah. Fortune teller. I
I'm gonna
just
become a fortune teller. Seems like
Honestly.
a good career choice.
You can make dumb money for nothing doing
yeah.
that.
We talk about a lot of paranormal stuff on here,
Yeah.
but like to my core, and I'm sure Forrest will agree too, is like we're skeptics. Like
Yeah. No,
because
okay.
we've researched and we've read so much shit that it's all just sounds kind of bullshit.
All right. Paranormal stuff. I said I was a skeptic. I lied. I just realized I lied.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to talk weird building.
Okay. Yeah. I do.
Down the street, this away, by the, Weinigers. You got
Yeah.
past that. There's a fire station. There's
Yeah.
that green circular building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck that place.
I've
dude.
heard.
You can get in there from the back way.
I heard there's like asbestos and stuff though.
I mean, there's asbestos here probably.
Yeah,
but as an asbestos abatement guy, drywall.
Yeah.
It's asbestos, dude. No, but so you can get into it from the back, and you walk in. You go through some trees, and you come out, and then you're like right on it. So me and a buddy of mine went back there. There's like a foot of snow on the ground, so you can like hear footsteps, because it's like crunchy.
Yeah.
And we're back in there in the trees, just chilling, whatever. And we were just gonna go like get close. It's obviously got like gates over the windows and shit. We're gonna try and break in or anything, but we get there, and we just hear like walking around. You're just like, what the fuck? We like start looking around and we didn't see anything. And like now, I just go, oh, it's a deer, and we leave. But like that was unexplainable. I didn't see a deer. That was some weird shit. And
Yeah.
like I don't want to get too into it just because like incriminating maybe. But
Yeah.
there's some wild fucking shit in there,
Yeah.
man.
Every story we tell on here is just alleged.
Yeah, legend.
Allegedly, you were there.
Do you guys know what the Cottonwood Mill is? The old
I've
Cottonwood
heard of
Mill?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, we were going there one time, and like, so there's this big tower on it, and like, it's open, like, I don't know what the point of the tower is, but like, one time we were walking up to it and like a light turned on up in the tower, but like
that.
all the doors are like barred shut, like steel. And
I think it's a smokestack.
something like that. Yeah.
So why would there be a light up there?
I don't know, it was weird, but yeah, me and Chandler one time were cutting the fucking bolts off it, and we got like 2 of them open. We were about to open the door, and like we heard someone walking up on us. We're like, oh shit, because like apparently the owner of that building lives above the hill and he watches, but like, yeah, we're trying to get in. We want to go in there because apparently it's like creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to go to jail
deal with the
over
ghosts. I
trying
don't
to explore
wanna-
some abandoned building. I don't know. You ever been to the Tintic reduction mine down in like south of Provo a little bit? It's not haunted or anything, but that place is sick.
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't think I've heard of it.
Okay, so it's they used to reduce, I guess reduction is getting the impurities out of metal.
Okay.
So they would mine lead or whatever the fuck. And I forgot what the other one was. Lead and argon, maybe? I don't know, some toxic shit.
Yeah.
But they would mine it, and then they would put it through here, and it would, like, trickle it down these channels and put it into big, like, silos. I don't know. Basically, like, there's a shitload of... It's all run down now, because it's from the 1920s. Yeah. But you go up there, and it's just all graffitied to shit. There's a bunch of, like, cement separators with, like, a ramp down the back of them. And there's, like, a big drum-type thing that's probably 40 or 50 feet in diameter and like 15 feet high, just like 10 or 15 of them. But it's just in the side of a mountain in southern Utah, and it's super cool.
Damn,
Just go hike around and check it out.
Me and Chandler went to one of them.
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking super cool place. I went and flew my drone down there and shit, but
Damn, that's dope.
yeah, it's sick as fuck, man. It's like one of those places too where it's like they're not gonna get pissed at you for graffiti.
Yeah.
There's some cool shit.
Oh yeah.
People have done some sick ass art too.
I have pictures. I don't think I have them here.
Yeah,
but
dude, I got pictures on me actually.
Yeah, let's see. 'Cause
Graffiti
that may have
art's
been where I
dope.
was.
I'll pull them up. You guys can talk about whatever.
Because it sounds familiar. But
Yeah.
I want to go to some of the ghost towns. Like, not even because, like, ghosts, but just, like, the old abandoned places are kind of
Dude,
cool
I
to
think
go
it's
check
sick
out.
seeing rundown shit like
Yeah.
that.
I know. We don't have enough in this state. There's, like, other states
Yeah.
making
So
old
here it
theme
is.
Parks.
From it's huge. I'll pass it
Oh,
around.
yeah, that's it. That's where I was.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
Yeah, dude.
it's all good. It's an iPhone 6, dude.
Oh,
It's
what
old.
the hell?
Yeah, it's fucking dope.
Yeah, that's where we went.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude, and that's huge. It's
Yeah.
like a 10-minute hike
Yeah,
from the bottom of the
I was
dome.
looking. I was like,
Down. Still trippy.
Yeah,
but,
dude, that place is dope as
Yeah,
fuck.
that's where me and Chandler went.
Yeah, that's like probably 15 minutes south of Provo, maybe
Yeah.
20 minutes west. It's pretty hard to get into there, but yeah, it's not super far.
I'm sure people don't really give a fuck.
No, like, I mean, they try and block it off, but you know how hard is it to hop over a barbed wire
Yeah,
fence?
right,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, I don't know. The whole paranormal thing though is
I want to, like, that's the thing, like, probably West too, like, I just want to fucking see some shit so bad, like,
I feel like that's how
Some
everybody
wild
is, dude.
stuff, yeah.
Like, with me being so skeptical about that,
Yeah,
it's like,
same.
I don't think I ever will, so I want to worse.
Yeah.
right. That's the problem. Is it's, you know, we've seen
The
some things, but nothing that was just like
that's the thing.
concrete.
Am I going to
Yeah.
see something and still be like, oh, that was nothing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wes is like just picked up. I'm like, oh man,
Yeah,
That's
like,
fucking
he's
weird.
really good at jumping.
Do you guys ever watch those old, like, ghost hunting videos on the Discovery Channel?
Oh yeah.
Where they take some, like, random just fucking noise and make it sound like,
Whoa,
the Fitness Gram Pacer took it. So it's like, god damn, those dudes can reverse engineer anything.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I think
Alcatraz would be cool. I
That
just
would
thought
be
of that.
wild.
Dude, I've been, like, to San Francisco and seen it. I've never been in
Yeah.
it, but I want to fucking go.
we got some blotter. What
Is
it,
that, like,
blotter?
like black water?
I'm not sure what that is, Yarrow. The only thing that I am positive in, well, my head on positive in, and I have had a weird experience, is extraterrestrial. I think everyone kind of wants.
Dude, 100% aliens have to either exist or have existed. Here's
Yeah.
my hang up with aliens, though. The time frame of the universe is so broad
Right.
that, you know, humans have been on the earth for, what, 30, 40,000 years, maybe max. So the odds of that short time frame lining up with a time frame of another species that's equally intelligent is pretty slim.
Very slim.
But also, who's to say that billions of years before or after that it won't
Yeah.
happen?
Right.
you know?
So we went to Skinwalk Ranch one time, and our friend Chandler's filming, and like we talked about it a lot. But so he's just filming. He's going through the video later, and then this was on the side of the road in the video is Skinwalk Ranch.
What the fuck?
That's the only picture we ever have of something weird.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't see that in person, but, like, we were just going through the video, and this is just on the side of the road in the video.
I want to know if maybe someone was there fucking with us.
That's what I'm saying. I
That's
know
a
they...
possibility. That's the thing.
Well, they have
It's like
armed
you can
security
never-
there,
Yeah.
like, so we don't know,
Until
but
you get
we're like,
an alien
what the fuck did we
in
just
your
see?
hands, you can't ever prove it.
Right, and the experience that I had was with my dad, and he'll still attest to it this day. We actually were driving up to the Wells Fargo up in 1500 South, and it was like 8 or 9 at night.
Yeah.
And he sees something out in the sky, and he's like, what the fuck is that? So we pull over and we get out, and we just see 3 lights doing shit that is not of normality. But it was north is Hill Air Force Base. It was up in the sky way above normal airplanes, but like we're saying, there wasn't alien. There wasn't. It was just a UFO.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean
That doesn't mean
extraterrestrial.
it's aliens.
That-
Just didn't know what the fuck it was.
It's just something I was like, I still to this day, I'm like, that could have been some weird fucking technology.
That's
we
the
don't
thing,
know
though.
about.
You are ignorant to think that there's not other life in the
Oh,
universe.
absolutely.
That's just straight ignorance at this point.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like, you look up in the sky, you see so many potential planets up there.
Right.
And they know of what, 3 or 4 or 5, or I think it's up to maybe even 20 something of
Right.
planets that could potentially have life on them.
Titan.
Just that we've been able to see.
Titan's an
There's
interesting.
probably
That's
so
a
much
moon.
we
That
don't
one's
even
cool.
know about, too. Like,
Oh.
that they don't disclose to the public.
Not Titan. What's the big new planet that looks? It's like a giant Earth.
I
What
don't
do
know.
they call
They
that
call
one?
every single one
No.
planet.
So
except,
Titan
like,
could, maybe it's Titan or maybe
Titan's
it's
the moon, right?
Yeah, but maybe
Yeah.
it's Io, maybe it's, I forget which one it is. It's one of the moons on either Jupiter or Saturn. I'm a
Yeah.
little rusty. But it's fully liquid, not fully, but
Right.
it's liquid that's frozen on the outside. But I learned about this in the astronomy class I took actually. It experiences tidal flexing. So what that is there's a moon behind it, and then the
Right.
planet's in front of it. And when the moon behind it passes, it stretches it out, and then it goes back, and that creates a lot of heat. So it's heated from the inside, because the Earth is still molten in the core, right?
Right.
That's really important for life.
No,
Yeah.
didn't you know it's hollow?
Oh, no, it's actually flat.
No, it's flat. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no core.
Yeah, but anyways, it like flexes out to heat it from the inside. So there's actually a liquid portion underneath the ice. And so they're saying that could potentially cause life to be able to thrive there.
Well, and like,
And like that's not even a planet. So now we're even getting more things that can have life
Yeah.
on them.
what are people going to consider life? Because I'm willing to bet my life.
Bacteria is life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was going to say,
like-
I'm willing to bet my life there's at least a single cell organism.
Oh,
on
for
it.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, single cell is life.
Yeah.
How intelligent it gets really doesn't matter. The
No.
fact that, because everything starts somewhere. If there's a single celled organism, that means potentially that there could be intelligent life there.
Right. This could be an interesting topic that I don't want to pressure you guys getting into because obviously we're live and like
Our
this
trap's
is recorded.
gay.
Our trap's gay. No, he's talking about acid and different things like that. Where do you guys fall on the whole psychedelics and
I've never done acid. I've done mushrooms. It was fun, but I don't know if I would do it again.
yeah?
Yeah.
Did you?
I had a 2-hour-long conversation with a Brad Paisley poster.
Sounds like a good time.
Did
It
you
was
gain
sick.
something from Brad Paisley?
I don't even remember most of it because I was pretty damn drunk at the same time. But I remember I was sitting on this chick's bed at a house party. There's a Brad Paisley poster over there, and I just see, starts moving around.
Are you doing, Brad?
I start hearing it say shit. I was just like, "Holy shit, Brad Paisley, you're here, man!"
Hey, what's up, dude?
He was just like, "Yeah, I'm here. Howdy." Yeah, that was really it. Like, I don't remember the majority of the conversation is years ago, but like
Right.
it was fun as fuck. But at the same time, like I don't like playing with hard drugs too much anymore. But it was definitely like something I'm glad I experienced. It's a
Yeah.
good story.
Because yeah, they're like a lot of people, obviously with psychedelics becoming more mainstream and like less what's
More
the word?
mainstream, less,
criticized.
yeah.
I don't
Well,
know how you want to word it.
I think maybe more understood.
Yeah, more
Someone
understood.
That's
what
where
they're
it
doing.
sits now.
Is it, for example, like a lot of people are getting into DMT and trying that.
Fuck, dude. DMT sounds like the craziest.
Yeah.
thing.
Scares me though.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
Hey, good night,
people-
Big Papa.
Some people are saying that the trips are so similar between everyone that, well, extremists say this that
Mm-hmm.
it's actually a way for people to communicate to each other in a weird way and like
Maybe,
connect.
man.
I'm just curious.
I've never
if-
done it. I don't know. Dude, I really want to meet someone that's done DMT though.
We know some
We've
people.
talked to a couple
Well, I've
people.
heard that like everyone that talks about it says that DMT's like like they call salvia the evil brother of DMT.
Yeah, I've
but
never
I've done
done salvia
salvia
either.
before and that wasn't bad at all.
Really?
So,
Yeah, I don't know. The thing with DMT though, man, is like People legitimately fucking lose their minds.
They
Like,
do,
if you have
yeah.
a bad trip on DMT, like, you can fuck yourself up and get, like, PTSD
Yeah.
or whatever.
Right.
It's like, it sounds so cool, but, like, I don't know if I'm down to risk it like that.
Good night, Big Papa. Thanks
Yeah,
for
because
dropping
I get
by.
like weird, like everyone talks about, like I've done acid like fuck ton, and like sometimes like carpet like this. So I work for a cleaning company,
Yeah.
and like I'll be vacuuming, and sometimes it looks like the carpet's moving. I'm like, oh shit, am I seeing this? Like,
Yeah.
but like stuff like that, it's weird.
Yeah. With the mushrooms, the walls, like, would
Yeah.
breathe, kind of.
I definitely wouldn't do too much hallucinogens for sure, because like everyone's like,
It's
no,
pretty
do it
heavy.
a lot. It's like, yeah, but it'll fuck with you. Like you can meet people that are like fried as shit because they've done too much. Or,
I know people that have done a lot of
Yeah.
acid and they're just fucking
you're like,
retarded now.
yeah, exactly.
I have a weird thing, and I haven't brought this up on stream before. I haven't really brought this up to anybody.
You
Like,
like traps?
traps are amazing. They're not gay. Okay. I've done mushrooms twice, and the second time that I did them, ever since that day, every once in a while in this left eye, there's like a black dot that appears,
Huh.
Just
And-
be, oh, that's
and it will just stay there, and I can see it.
That's weird.
But
It's
it
like a
won't-
floater, but it's stationary.
It's yeah, and like it's not happening right now, but like every once in a while, like I'll move my eye a certain way, and then
Yeah,
there's
and
just a
you'll
black
see it.
dot, and
That's
it'll be there
weird.
until I go to bed.
That's weird, man. That's fucking
I don't know
way
if it's
weird.
associated with doing that allegedly.
I
but
guarantee you they don't have enough, like, they've never researched enough to even be able to tell.
I want to go talk to a doctor and be like, hey, is this something that like?
That's the thing, man, with
He
it
probably
being
doesn't
so
know.
hard to,
Right.
like, test on that. Like, I don't even know if they'd be able to tell.
Right.
But goddamn, man, that's wild. I've heard of things weird like that happening from
Yeah.
acid. Not so much mushrooms, but
Yeah,
I'm
and
sure
it doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't like obstruct my vision or
Yeah,
anything.
it's
It's
just
just
weird.
there.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you there?
Yeah,
little
that's weird as
black
shit.
speck? What about you, Maddie? Do you have any?
I don't like.
No, you're good.
I don't do them,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, I feel like if you feel like it's something you need to do to learn more
Yeah.
about yourself or whatever, then
Right.
like, I'm not opposed to drugs, but I don't like doing drugs.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
No, definitely.
Dude, I
not.
feel like
That's how I am now.
if you smoke the right kind of weed, it's almost like a psychedelic experience.
It is, but I don't know. Weed's my least favorite, to be honest. Like out of.
I don't know, man. I've smoked weed a couple times, allegedly. I know, shocker.
Allegedly.
But, like, some of the times, man, you'll get some shit that's, like, legit otherworldly.
Yeah, that's my problem with it. Like, I've been fucked way too much up
Oh,
on
yeah.
weed that like.
You know what was a weird thing to have? Hold
Unless
on,
they saw me pass out one time on weed.
I did. That was scary. Jarl says I love DMT. DMT is like meeting God, and God is laughing at the idea of God. That sounds awful. For
That
me.
sounds so fucking traumatic.
I will say, even though I love DMT, it's a once a year thing for me.
Once a
Right?
year. That's like
Yeah.
once in a lifetime thing for me, maybe.
Thanks for the bits, go Eagles.
No.
It's like the reset of your brain. It gives you insight about yourself. It's euphoric. It's just there's no other words. Now, interesting that you say, Maddie. Do you do any like, what's the word, like meditating or yoga ever?
no,
No.
not really.
I want to do because there's supposedly I can't remember which yoga it is. It's like a certain form of yoga, and like you like have almost you hallucinate almost because.
Dude, you're running critically low on the cloud juice.
Am I gonna kill it?
I don't
I
know.
mean,
There was a point in
go
my
until it
life
starts
anyone would
tasting
be
like
like,
shit.
"Here's a drug, take this." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do that right
Yeah.
now."
I
But
don't
it's
know,
like,
man. I never dove super deep. I mean, I allegedly got a little further past weed, hypothetically, but
Right.
yeah.
not too much. I never got too wild with it, but
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I've been doing a lot of researching online, and like, I think what people get from mushrooms and psychedelics, they can also get from doing certain physical things.
I think you're right. I think that like your mind has the capacity to do, know, and like think whatever you've seen, heard, or like being felt.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess actually there was one time like this is clear back in high school when I was hanging out with a friend and we had talked about doing something.
allegedly.
But we were just basically trying to get into like a really good point in life, just be like very mentally sound and
Yeah.
like intact with ourselves. So like I fucking went to Starbucks and bought some like weird fruit tea just to like fucking calm me down in the mornings. Fucking wake up every morning, go sit up on my roof for like 30 minutes and
Yeah.
just like close my eyes and just like not think. Like if you've ever just closed your eyes and then tried to not think. So if you're like in your head talking, if you can like make out one English word you're
Yeah.
thinking, just
Right.
like complete blackness. and like that's fucking hard as shit to do. But after like 30 minutes of just sitting there, like it was weird. Like, do you guys remember like the old fucking in like Mario 64 when there's like flashlights and the ghosts pop through? Yeah, I just fucking saw that flash and then like just opened my eyes and it was fucking weird.
Yeah,
but like
that almost sounds like lucid dreaming, kind of.
It was kind of like that, yeah.
I think everyone is capable of doing that too, and I think that mushrooms and psychedelics are just like the
quick shortcut.
Kind of like
just
the
like
quick
cheat
shortcut.
codes.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like you can open those parts of your brain by doing certain things, like actually getting into your brain with your thoughts.
Yeah.
Or you can just put this little piece of paper and boom, there you go.
Yeah.
But I think everyone. I definitely don't advocate everyone doing drugs.
No.
But I definitely advocate everyone getting better acquainted with their brain.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, man,
themselves.
some of the most euphoric feelings I get is like if I'm snowboarding. I snowboard a lot.
Yeah,
but if I'm in like some really deep powder, it feels like you're flying. Have you ever snowboarded?
Yeah.
No, I personally haven't.
Okay, so like
That's
if you get in
fucking
some
amazing.
powder that's past where you can reach to, so like there's always a base, right? But if it snows more than usually like 3 or 4 feet, you can't touch the bottom.
Right.
So you're suspended by the snow that's just floaty. You literally just feel like it's like sensory deprivation almost. You're getting no feel from anything underneath you. You're just flying through this. And like I've never flown without a plane before, you know? But I feel like that's what it would feel like.
Right.
It's literally just like just hovering through stuff. And I feel like there are a lot of naturally occurring things that can get you that feeling.
Yeah, it's definitely a form of meditation. Like
Like you just put your music in, like something really slow and chill, and just fucking go for it.
Well, and I think like hiking too, like getting away from these and getting your mind away from loud noises and you know different things like
just
that.
Going in your own world.
And music is obviously a good thing for a lot of people. Just like getting away from it all and just not connecting with like your handcuff phone or different things like that. I think it's important. Not enough people do it.
Yeah. Another one that I'm really big on, and I mean I've been a car guy for as long as I've been alive pretty much, so I'm biased, but if I get in a car that's fast enough to have fun in, and I get in a good canyon and I just drive the canyon, just hug the corners, do whatever you want to do, that's like therapy almost.
Definitely,
It's like if you can find something you like doing that much, like I feel like there's no need for drugs in life at that point.
Well,
and when people are getting sober, that's what they tell them to do.
Right.
It's like go find something that you just love to do more than drink or whatever.
Right. I think Jarl used a good word for that type of feeling. I think it's euphoric.
Yeah.
It feels so good and you're so at ease and so...
Yeah. You're literally just relaxing, chilling, just hanging out.
Yeah. And I don't think enough people do that. I think that's why there's so many...
so many uptight
YouTube,
assholes.
maybe, I don't want to just guess on it, but YouTube definitely don't seem like, people who you see a lot on social media with like high anxiety and depression. Maybe a little bit. I think everyone lives with it.
I mean, everyone
gets
sad,
depressed. Everyone gets anxious, but like
Jim Jeffries said, we all get sad.
Right? We all get sad.
No, I've never felt the need to self-medicate for that or anything.
Right.
And I feel like the people that do could have something, like if they could find something like that they really like doing, it could help a lot. I feel like a lot of mental disorders can be...
That's where I was getting with it, is I think that a lot of the people we see who are struggling so hard with, this new mental illness epidemic, it's because they don't have anything they can really lean on that gives them that euphoric feeling.
Well, and back to your thing with like social media, God, people care way too much about what people think nowadays, man.
Way too much.
Literally, like they'll just let some rando on freaking Reddit just like ruin their day.
Oh, absolutely.
Just get pissed.
It's just like, dude, it's literally nothing fucking matters. Like on social media, literally nothing carries any weight to your actual life.
Right. No, absolutely not. And I think social media kind of caused a problem too for a lot of people with how they view others, because like they're
not actual people.
Yeah, you see like insert hot Instagram model or insert super popular streamer.
Damn, do you know Instagram models by name?
No, I don't know a single one by name. I just use it
Kim
because
Kardashian.
I just use it because it's a good thing. I think that a lot of like guys and girls see like these big buff dudes or see these smoking hot ladies and they like start like they look at themselves and like, why am I not that? I can't get to that. And instead of working towards it, they just self-loathe.
Yeah.
Oh, the
and
worst is not only do they self-loathe, they're like talk shit. Like, it's like you could work towards that. Why don't you fucking do that?
And the other thing is, it's a problem that they think that fucking matters.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to be buff to be happy. I know sad buff people. I know happy. I mean, I'm sure Jeff's a real happy guy. He's huge.
Right?
I mean, you know.
And I think I hate social media, even though for what me and Forrest are doing, we kind of have to use it.
This isn't really social media though.
Yeah,
it's a little different.
I run Facebook
just to promote ourselves.
To promote all of our stuff.
Yeah.
And
I kick it off. I think I kick it off successfully.
Yeah.
Wesley does all our social media pages, so me personally, sorry, Wes.
I don't spend much time looking at it though because I just see this cesspool of sad.
I do, and I hate it.
Dude, I literally use Facebook for one thing only, and that is one umbrella of things. No, Facebook memes. No, so to buy, sell, and stay up with my friends in the car industry.
Oh yeah,
it's like that's it. On my Facebook, it's literally just friends of mine that are drifting or whatever. Like, where's the Canyon Cruise tonight? Or like, I'm selling this car for this much, or parts, or like that's it.
Chris
That's
Smith
Facebook.
says, "Who's the guy with the sleeve? Heads,
I got
head
two
nods and winks. Why can I never
Sorry,
be a guest?"
Crystal. He's taken. Too late for you.
No,
Wait, is that someone we know?
No.
we know her from this.
Yeah.
Well, I know her.
Not someone local.
Cool.
They want the reward without the effort. Exactly. I think that's the biggest thing.
You have to work for anything.
Yeah. I never roll out of my bed and be like, damn, I wish I was built like Maddie today. I just don't want to work like
I
it.
sure do.
Because it's unrealistic to have, like, people who roll out of bed and just want to be like that without any effort. It's silly.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously you're not going to be like that because you don't put the effort in.
And I feel like that's almost because they were like spoiled as a kid or something. It's like you get to the point where, like, if you never have to work for anything, then you'll never work.
You'll never enjoy anything either.
Well, it's like, if you're a kid, I had a neighbor as a kid, no name drops, but if you hear this, you know who the fuck you are. Who got a Nintendo Wii when they were new, when they were a fucking huge deal.
Right.
For Easter.
Shit.
For Easter.
Easter.
It's Easter.
It's like, dude, I don't know. It's like, literally, man. Fucking who gets a Nintendo Wii for Easter? And like, this kid was just the most spoiled asshole. Everybody knew him as that guy. And it's just, I guarantee you his life's horrible now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, when you never have to work for anything. It's like the phrase money doesn't grow on trees is something you really have to teach, like, kids.
Well, and I also think, too, that, like, not having something that you're passionate about has got to be an awful life to live.
Horrible, yeah.
Because, like, if you don't want to work towards anything and there's nothing that you see, like, envision in the next 10 years, like, no purpose, yeah. And that's when you start seeing people who have this weird depression that's going on lately. Like,
and see, that's the thing. That's why I feel like I'm such a fucking happy person, is because the three things I love to do are drive and work on cars, ride dirt bikes, and snowboard. And I live in a perfect place for all of those to happen. And like, literally every spare second I have that's what I'm probably doing.
Right.
And I, like,
it makes sense, because when I walked outside, because I thought I heard a car, you were looking at the car.
Yeah, I was
mansplaining.
Mansplaining. But yeah, dude, like, that's the thing. If you can find something that you love doing like that and just do it, like, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, if you like fucking watching My Little Pony.
Hey, if it makes you happy.
That's what I'm saying. I got no hate for bronies, man. If that's what they're into, like, if it keeps you out of trouble.
That's why Forrest and I started this.
Yeah.
Because, like, there was a point, like, we have passions outside of this, but, like, we were like, we love talking, we love having friends over and just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Why are we not doing this, like, on a different level?
Oh, yeah.
So we just
let other people listen.
Yeah.
If they want to listen, if they don't, fuck them.
And that's the thing, too, with watching podcasts. Right now, there are 7 entire people who just feel like they're kicking it with us.
Yeah, just
absolutely.
live, too. And, like, that's the nice thing about live is you can talk, we'll respond, but, like, even if people listen later, because we get, majority of our views are later, but, like...
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but also,
never do that.
And it's like, we're pretty late, but, it's awesome, because we can hang out with you guys.
There's different time zones. I mean, I guess they go the wrong way for us, but...
Right. Some of the best times I've ever had in my life are literally just, like, hanging out with different groups of friends and just talking.
Yeah, just bullshitting.
Because, like, it's that good feeling. It's like, we don't have to be on our phones. We don't have to be, like,
Dude, that's what I've noticed, too. So there are out-of-state drift events, like... You load your car in a trailer. I just went to one in Reno.
Yeah.
It's like 4 days long. You drift all day. You fucking chill and hang out all night.
Yeah.
It's like the night part's almost as good as the drifting. You know?
yeah.
And like you don't use your phone the whole time. I literally didn't get on my phone except for to like text my girlfriend and be like, hey, like, you know, I'm not banging any hookers.
I'm
Right.
safe and I'm not sleeping around.
Yeah.
I'm not banging any hookers.
Not banging any hookers.
Any
But
whores.
literally, like, there's no need. There's no social media. It doesn't matter.
Right.
You know, you're just doing you. All your friends are 1,000 miles away. Who gives a shit? You
Yeah,
know?
and the other thing that I kind of rip on too, and you know, I get why some people do it, is like, you know, do you have those Facebook or those Snapchat friends that have like whole entire concerts on their stories? And
Fuck
stuff?
that.
Yeah.
God.
Put your phone down and enjoy the
Yeah,
music.
put your fucking phone
Like,
down.
yeah, that's what I say. Like, you get like 3 Snapchats, so I say like you can film, you know, a couple people,
like, hey, cool.
but I
this
do
is the
not want to
concert.
watch the whole fucking show.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, let me know you're at the concert, okay, but like, don't show me the whole
Yeah.
fucking thing.
And I think pictures are important because like everyone's memory goes bad at some point.
yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
if like you're taking, you know, picture with you and your friends, like,
Yeah.
hey, you
the
know,
cool
sure.
thing is to go through your last pictures from like the past, you know, like years ago.
Yeah.
And it brings everything right back.
yeah,
Absolutely.
like save that shit. Like no one else wants
Yeah.
to see it. Though.
There's stories and like events in my life that I forget, and I'll go through like my Facebook like from like
Yeah.
6-7 years ago, and I'll be like, oh fuck, I remember that day. I remember
Yeah.
what we did, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I saw Forrest Dick that day. It was
Yeah.
fucking a day and a half.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
like Crystal said, ask Forrest about his shirtless breaking Benjamin.
Brothel workers don't count as hookers. Damn, I wish I would have known that when I
Damn.
was in Reno. Fuck. No, I'm just
Yeah, when
kidding.
we went to a concert, I got drunk, you know, usual. So I
Yeah, that's what you do.
it's
at
my
concert.
thing. But yeah,
Getting
it was
drunk.
raining, so I just took my shirt off, and then some other shirtless dude came and high fived me. I
Fuck
was
yeah.
like, damn, we got a connection with this
Yeah.
fella.
Dude, I've only ever been to one concert in my life, and it was a couple months ago.
I didn't go to concerts forever either.
Yeah,
Like,
me neither.
Yeah.
That's
It was
one thing.
cool though. It was fun.
That's
I
a good time.
you talking about cars, I heard this stand-up comedian talking about it earlier. He's like, which kind of I relate to, but like, he's like, all my like super academic friends were making fun of me because I took wood shop and auto tech in high school. He's like, guess who has traits for life now, you son of a bitch. It's like,
Dude,
it's like, I know I can fix anything. Like I know everything like about cars. I can
Yeah.
make the shit out of a wood dildo.
Yeah.
a wood dildo. That sounds
There's a
slivery.
dildo spatula somewhere in this office.
Yeah, I
Oh,
made
I'm
it.
gonna
Careful.
start looking for it, dude.
Yeah, look in that box over there. It's probably there.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, look
Alright.
over there. I made it.
You made it? Why?
Do you see? Like, I can look if you want.
No, dude, it's cool. I got it.
It's very noticeable. You'll see. It's a spatula hooked to a giant wood dildo.
Nothing yet. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Here it is. We got it, boys.
That's what I did in wood shop.
On a lady. Seeing's ribbed for everyone's pleasure, dude. Fuck yeah. You
The
got the
whole
grip for flipping your burgers or whatever?
The whole neighborhood's pleasure.
Oh, yeah. This
The
is
funniest
it right
is
here.
our teacher helped me build that.
Yeah, you built. I didn't know that.
Oh, what
That's
school?
the one. What's Cross?
Oh, fucking
Did you-
Kidder?
No, at Rustin.
Oh, the old guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rustin. One day he's like, you're doing it wrong, and I was making that, and it used to be double sided, but I cut it in half. But he's like, you're lathing wrong, and I was like, okay, teach me. He's like, just making a fucking dildo.
That's funny. Yeah, dude.
See,
I think woodworking's sick. I still got
That's
the
fine.
nightstand I made in high school.
I still got the
Yeah.
chessboard from like.
I don't know.
So do
it's-
I.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's like, it actually takes work besides, you know, making, like,
Yeah.
that does too, but, like, you know, it can definitely be like cars, building, you know,
Yeah.
stuff I
Dude,
would. It's
I've-
definitely a form of meditation, for
Dude,
sure.
no, fucking today even. I was trying to put a racing seat in my car. I have a Subaru. And I was so when I bought the seat, it came with the mounting brackets for Nissan, so I had to
Yeah.
modify them to
Oh,
work.
shit.
And I'm short, so I had to raise it so I could see out the fucking car.
Oh, the fact that you know how to weld and stuff's definitely probably convenient.
I don't know if I mean, the camera won't pick it up, but I don't know if that's knowing how to weld. Like, look at all of these fucking. But yeah, so like that kind of shit. Fuck, dude. I've like done so many random little things on my car like that are just
I have a love-hate relationship for working on cars.
same.
Because sometimes it's like, oh, I get so fucking mad.
Oh yeah.
See, I wish though I would have done got into some sort of, not even necessarily mechanical, but like, because like for you and you, like if like shit were to turn real bad, are you in any mechanical or like?
I know a little bit.
Little bit.
He works on shit.
Yeah.
Don't let him fool
Like,
you.
if shit came to worse and you were like out of a job and like school wasn't working out or whatever
Yeah.
was going on,
I could always work.
you
on
could
it.
always
me
go
too.
find work.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, there's some trades I have, but I'm not anything.
You
like
could
that.
learn. I could.
Oh
teach-
yeah, it's not. It has
No,
nothing to do
I
with like
feel what
learning
you're-
or
I feel what
teaching.
you're
I wish
saying,
I
though.
would have done it earlier.
Yeah.
You know.
See, that's how I feel because I've been working on cars for so long. I built that Subi basically from the
Yeah.
ground up, you know.
Yeah.
And so like That's a humble brag. But yeah, like, I feel like worst comes to worst, I could always get a job mounting tires.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Just something
definitely.
like that.
Yeah, that's an easy one for sure. Like, especially like when you have experience. Like, yeah, I know what the fuck
Yeah.
I'm doing there.
Like, I can mount a tire without you teaching me how to. So
like,
that'll just put
hire
my
me.
leg
I'm
up
gonna
on
do
pretty much
this.
everybody
These
else,
assholes are straight out of high school. They
Yeah.
don't know what the fuck they're
Yeah,
doing.
these guys don't even know what a tire iron is.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm over here just did 3. Yeah. But,
Right.
like, that's the kind of thing that I'm really thankful that I have in life. And also, like, I mean, I know I'm going to school for business, so it sounds like I'm going for an office job. But really, my dream job and what I'm attaining to do is just open up a garage, you know, and just, like, build cars
too,
all
same.
day, every day. And so, like, I'm only going to business school, so I could, like, you know,
Do the business side.
do the
of
business
it,
side of
right.
it, yeah. So I wouldn't have to, like,
I mean,
eventually hire
I'd love to
that,
just
but
have that, you know, like building, like people bringing their shit. Like,
when you create something out of raw materials, it feels so amazing.
I have a '69 Chevy pickup.
Oh,
that, like,
nice.
I can just have.
Fuck yeah.
It's just sitting there, but like I have nowhere to put it or work on it, so it's
Yeah.
like it's just going to waste.
That's one of
right
the
now.
things I'm really stoked about too. Is when I graduated high school, my dad, as a graduation present, like
Yeah,
bought me a shitload of tools,
that's good. Yeah,
and so I have like basically the whole setup of everything I need to do basically anything in my garage,
yeah,
and so that's like way nice. Not have to go somewhere to do it.
Oh yeah.
yeah. That's my problem. I don't have shit or a garage.
Yeah. Like honestly, man, for a car like mine, you can take that whole car to bare frame and back with
like a socket set.
under $1,000
Yeah.
of tools.
That's crazy.
Because all you need,
What do you have? WRX?
yeah, it's I mean, if we want to start nerding out a little bit.
You can tell me. I know.
All right, yeah, dude. It's a bug out. It's rear wheel drive converted with.
Oh, you converted it?
Yeah, it's a rear wheel drive conversion with basically a 20G in methanol and then supporting shit.
Okay.
It's
That's fucking
way detuned right now because the transmission's missing.
Is there a reason why you bought that? And
rear wheel drove it?
yeah,
I bought it in high school because I thought it was cool. I realized all wheel drive sucks.
yeah.
I went rear wheel drive, started drifting it, started breaking things.
Okay.
But yeah, so it needs a transmission. I have the transmission in my garage. So once it gets to go,
Was it
through-
automatic? Did you like convert it?
No,
to
no,
manual,
no.
or-
It was a manual. But so to do the rear wheel drive conversion, you just have to weld the center coupler in the diff and then pull the front
Yeah.
axles out. But it's pretty easy actually.
Does it still try to, like, I know it takes the path of least resistance, but does it still, like, try
No,
to
the front
fucking-
diff spins. It's just not hooked to the wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
So okay, I got you.
Yeah. So you don't like get any more power gain or anything.
No,
from
it just,
doing that.
uh,
It just moves it to the rear.
Yeah, for sure.
But eventually, I have a 2JZ
Oh, dope.
that's in my garage that I'm going
You
to
haven't
put in there
put it in yet?
eventually. Yeah. And so once I get the main problem is the 2JZ bolts up to the 350Z transmission, you know,
Yeah.
the 6-speed, so it's
Yeah.
like super 6. You have 6 gears or whatever.
Is yours a 5-speed?
Yeah, but the rear end won't hold the power, so I'd have to do like a solid axle swap or
Oh,
whatever. So
fucking-
once I get the means to do that, you know,
Yeah,
financially.
you have to do a lot of shit to.
I mean, really, you just pull the subframe out, fabricate like.
Which is a lot of work for just like.
No, dude, legit. Pulling the subframe out of Subaru is 4 bolts. People think it's a big deal. It's literally 4 bolts, 4
Okay.
22 mil bolts.
Well, to do a solid axle swap, wouldn't you have to fucking?
No, so what you do
you
is.
have to totally fucking get a
It seems
rear
like-
diff.
Yeah,
and then,
well, the
like,
rear
fucking
diff's part of the
drop your
axle.
Fucking, well, yeah, I know.
So
but
what
right
you
now
do
it's-
is you go to the junkyard, you find yourself a nice Bronco 2, you pull the axle out of that
Which
baby.
was super. A lot of them. So.
Yeah, no, I mean really any Ford. That's just
Yeah.
the one I chose. But a Ford 9-inch, you get it cut to length for the car, or I guess technically width.
Which is a lot of work for the basic.
Well, you go get that done by a machine shop.
It's
But putting it in the car is really not that bad. It's just you weld your suspension mounting, you weld your links, your track bar, and you're good to go.
Would your fucking drive shafts meet up?
Oh, you'd have to get a custom drive shaft too.
Yeah, see,
but-
that's a lot of work.
Dude, no, a custom drive shaft's like $300. I don't know. People always like overhype how much building a car is, but it's really not that astronomically
Yeah, if you
expensive.
have like the welding and building and
Like, a lot of
everything,
it's
then
like finding a place that, like, hey, I just
Yeah.
need you to
See,
build
that's
me a
why I'm
find someone
lucky.
you trust too.
Yeah, that's why I'm lucky is I've just known the car world for so long that I kind of know all those places. So like I have friends that have done swaps, so I obviously have, so they know the people to get drive shafts. So I got a drive shaft guy, and then I got the motor mount guy.
What all have
Yeah.
you done to your car?
Oh man,
A lot?
Whole mod list is long. Basically like everything except for rebuilt the motor. And I would have rebuilt the motor had it blown. It just hasn't blown.
No. And once it does, you're like, all right, this next.
Once
You're
it
doing
does
the
that,
swap
once
thing.
it does that, Jay-Z's going
Yeah.
in there. Yep.
So you just have the Jay-Z sitting there, and you're just like,
It's a part, but yeah, it's just chilling.
Okay.
Jay-Z's are really cheap. People think they're expensive. They're really not. You can get a whole entire Jay-Z
So this kid I knew,
ready to rock.
I worked with this kid. He bought the whole box motor for fucking $9,000.
For 2J?
For yeah.
That dude got fucking robbed. You can get the motor and trans.
He ordered it
from
through
Japan
the
for
dealership, and I was like, no, don't.
Scrub.
Yeah.
God, yeah. No,
And he had an
2Js are
automatic
cheap.
WRX too, so.
Oh, he ordered the Subaru motor.
Yeah.
Dude, the Subaru motor's like fucking $300.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're really not 300. A little more than that.
But still, like, yeah.
Like, not fucking $9,000. Jesus.
No, yeah,
fuck.
he spent $9,000, and I was like,
The whole car's not even worth that
no,
much.
it wasn't.
Even
at
a
all.
brand new one's barely worth that much.
It was like an
man.
07, so.
That was an STI or WRX?
It's just WRX automatic.
God, man, that motor's that's okay. That's
Yeah.
the Impreza motor.
Well, it was, and they told him that they put the Jay-Z in there, and like, I was like, no, they fucking didn't.
They told him that they put a 2JZ.
Yeah, that's
and
what
he
they-
looked at it and was like, "Yeah, this is an inline
He didn't know
6,
enough,
for
and I
sure."
looked, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, yep, they definitely did that.
That's funny. Yeah, there's 3 2J Subarus that I know of, and they're all out of state. But I really want to talk to those dudes so I can learn some of the tricks. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We nerded out a little bit.
Do you know
there,
what I
sorry
kind of
about
fucking
that.
hate though? Is the Mazda 3 speed guys.
Oh yeah, dude, those cars are sick though.
They're cool, but they put their mud flaps on there and
Fuck
lower,
mud flaps.
and lower them.
Oh okay,
And I'm
lowering's
like,
cool.
I mean, no, but the combination of the both.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, dude.
So they're just
Dope it.
dragging mud flaps on a car.
That was a phase, dude. That's dying out. You don't see those much anymore.
I'm glad, because I fucking hate it. It made me so
Yeah,
mad.
it was bad.
I like
It's only bad on a speed because it's a rally thing and speeds are front wheel
their
drive.
their front wheel drive, and when they lowered them, so they're like
Yeah.
fucking. I was
No,
like,
I don't know if you saw my car. It's fucking dumped, but there's no mud flaps. So
no,
we're
no,
good.
no, like Subarus are different, but like a front wheel drive Mazda
Yeah.
lowered.
Yeah, no, they're rough.
How low is your car?
You want
We'll look after.
fucking low, dude. Like, I don't even know how to
Like,
explain.
had trouble getting his
Like,
parking
there's
lot
this
lowered?
much between the quarter panel and the top of the wheel.
So you had trouble getting his parking lot? So,
learn how to drive
just
it.
an angle?
It rubs, but dude, like, okay, here's the thing. Fender fitment wise, it's pretty low. Frame rail to the ground is probably 2 inches, so it's got a decent amount of clearance.
Okay, yeah.
2 inches is considered a decent
Frame
amount.
rails.
Frame rail to
That's-
ground, 2 inches off
that's
the
fair,
frame rail's
yeah,
okay. Dude.
yeah.
Like, that's not too bad
No.
as far as being low goes.
Yeah. I've seen worse.
Wes, let your hair down.
Oh fuck. Yeah, but you got glorious locks over here. I'm just gonna be.
It's not a phase. It's not a phase, people.
My hair's gonna look like shit compared to that.
Oh, dude. It's still wet, bro. I washed it like 2 hours ago and it's still wet. There's downsides.
That's
Yeah.
gotta suck with your fucking helmet on, doesn't it?
Oh, dude, I have
Like
to buy
the
my
fucking
helmet's a size big.
tucking
Straight up.
it
No,
back
it's
up
long
in there.
enough now where, like, the hairs that start here are, like, here. So I just throw it all back. But I usually wear a large. I have to buy extra large helmets now. Because my hair's so fucking thick, it makes my head huge.
What do you ride? What bike?
CRF 450R.
Okay.
So
Oh,
7.
shit. That's dope.
It's bitching, dude. It's so much fun. His bike's cooler, though.
What do you have?
It's a 2018 RMZ.
Oh, yeah, I'm jealous for sure.
Dude, they're bitching. I fucking love my
Damn, I
dirt
can't
bike.
even afford anything.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Dude, mine's street legal too. That's what makes it sick. I street legalized it so I can just do like fucking mad hoon things.
that's dope.
Like if you ever see me on the road on my dirt bike, I either just sat down a wheelie or I'm about to pop another one. Like that's really all there is to it.
That's so dope.
Yeah, it's fun as hell.
Yeah, I need to get something.
I commute it to school and shit. Like literally the fun part is I'll commute it to school and then I'll get bored and I'll just fucking go murk some trail in Salt Lake for a few hours and head back down. It's like no big deal.
I don't want to buy something. I finally got debt free, so I'm like,
Yeah, dude, I'm definitely not debt free. I don't know anything
No,
on
okay, I
any of
can't
my
say
car
I'm-
or bike, but student loans, man.
I was gonna say mine is student loans too. I still owe $700 on student loans.
$700 is so not that bad.
They still harass me, but I'm not paying that shit. Federal government, come after me. Just kidding. No, I have to pay it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your credit's, they won't make you. They'll just
Yeah.
fuck your credit up real bad.
Yeah, my credit's fucked.
I'll always
so.
prefer my Harleys, dude. I liked that guy too. Harleys.
What do you like besides dirt bikes? Like,
No, street bikes. I'm like,
do you like a?
it's a really specific kind of bike that I can only think of one. The BMW 9T.
Is that
Those
Josh?
are cool.
Yeah, but it's basically it's a sport bike, but it's ergonomically more comfortable to ride. Like
What
it
is
doesn't have the
Is it
clamp
an
on
inline
bars.
four?
No, it's a flat 2.
flat too.
Yeah, it's a
What
14.
the
It's a
fuck?
1.4 liter, horizontally opposed 2-cylinder.
What the
Fast as fuck.
That's
That
pretty-
bike's like 100 horse almost.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's as fast as a liter
You
bike.
say
for
Josh
sure.
has
Oh
one?
yeah, I remember.
Josh R?
I remember watching him race
Yeah,
out at Mexico.
but yeah,
Dude, some
that
people
bike's
fuck
sick.
their shit up in Mexico.
Dude, I
Yeah.
fucked my shit up in Mexico. I fucking blew a diff out there one time. I was racing some dude in a Duramax, and he was like, "I'm gonna 4-wheel drive launch it," and I'm like, "All right, well, I guess I gotta fucking."
Those guys
send
are
it
the
then."
biggest fucking idiots though when
Yeah.
they 4-wheel drive it.
Well, I mean, if it was built to handle it.
Okay.
But yeah, they do snap tie rods and
Yeah.
fucking bad shit happens. But I was like, all right, I guess I'm going hard then. So I like launched it $7,000, fucking right off the rev limiter and just. I was like, oh,
That sucks.
there goes the diff. I mean, I have a shit lot. Here's the thing with the rear wheel drive Subaru. You blow
That
drivetrain
is
parts
we-
a lot. So in my garage, I have 2 transmissions and like 3 differentials and a few sets of axles just in case.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be about that rear wheel drive Subaru life if you're going to do it. Straight
Gotta
up.
be about it.
You've got to be about
It's rare
it.
to have a real drive Subaru too, especially around here.
Yeah, well, yeah. Basically took the perfect Utah car and made it horrible. It's all good, though.
Damn, does it suck in winter then?
I don't
Like a
drive
lot
it
of
in the-
power. I was like,
I don't drive it in the winter, but yeah, it's horrible. Last year, there was like an inch of snow on the ground. I was like, I'm going to see if I can make it up Mill Street. I was 5th tapped. My speedo was like 130. And I was going like 2 miles an hour, and the wheels were just fucking, like, literally 130 miles an hour wheel speed. And I couldn't dig, and, yeah, I did make it up, needless to say. But I also
Yeah.
had pretty bald tires on. If it was not too low to fit chains or had snow tires, it'd be cool, but
I had a Focus ST and I wrecked it in winter too because of bald tires.
those things fucking torque steer bad, too.
Yeah.
Those
I had a
bitches are
wall,
scary.
and the fucked up part is like, so you know when it's on 4 South where it like winds to become the top of 4 South.
Oh, in Salt Lake?
yeah.
Yeah, I have friends that have drifted that. And
So
really
I was going
wanna
up
do
there
it.
in winter, and like my tires were so bald, I had to just like fucking gun it, turn off traction controls like 90
Yeah.
miles an hour.
The only
on my
problem
tires.
is when you do that with front wheel drive, now you have no steering.
Yeah, and then I fucking hit the wall, and then like I was like, it didn't feel like anything was bad, but it just like bent my whole axle, and
Damn, did they total that out?
no, they didn't, which sucks.
Yeah, that blows. I could fix if you haven't fixed it yet, I could
No,
totally-
it's gone. I don't have it anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could have fixed all that, dude.
Yeah. But
But yeah, no,
like
like,
out there.
the thing with being a drifter, you bend a lot of shit like that. Because
Oh,
you
for
get
sure.
wheel to wheel. If you're doing tandems, you hit wheel to wheel all the time.
Tires and bending shit.
Yeah. So you'll bend control arms, tie rods, all the time. So, like, you get pretty good at switching those
After
things.
you do you like go to like the races and stuff and drift?
Not lately, but I mean, I haven't done any events really locally. I usually just do it on the streets, but I mean, I attend them. I just haven't had a car worthy enough.
Do you
to
just
do
have
it.
like total douches come up to you and like, you want to race, bro?
I used to. Back when my car looked fast, I used to. Now it's like just looks like a stance guy. But I'd have people in like Mustangs be like, "Dude, I bet I could smoke your 4-cylinder rice Japanese."
That
I
was
like,
why
okay.
is it always Mustangs too? Like, cause I had a stock Focus ST, like nothing special.
Yeah.
Like people would always like, dude, I'll fucking race you. I was like, dude,
'Cause,
it's
I mean,
fucking stock.
My car used to put down like 300 to the ground, so it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
But like it wasn't ridiculously fast. And all these dudes are like, "Oh yeah, like my Mustang will smoke you." And I was like, maybe, let's fucking try it. And then I'd like either win or lose, and I don't give a shit. And if I win, they're pissed, and if I lose, then they're rubbing it in. It's like, why do they just got to be a dick about it, man? Why can't we just race for fun?
Right.
The real thing is though, drag racing doesn't do it for me. If you want to race me up a canyon when there's actual driver skill, then yeah, sure, maybe I'll get a little egotistical about it, because like I like to think I could drive a canyon. So
That's a good point because
Me and Chandler used to do it way too much, and we were sketchy about it too. It was not safe, and I'm glad we don't do it anymore. But
I don't know. I'm very limited in cars, as you can probably tell, not putting much in. But when I never understood the RMR races because in reality, we're not watching people who have that much skill.
yeah, well they drift at RMR now, so that's dope.
Well, right.
But
But
it's
RMR is
the
gone
drags.
now, right?
No, it's actually not gone till end of August.
Oh, August. Okay.
So we're good. Come out to the next event, man. I'll
Because
send you.
I guess before the drifting thing, I
I'll
never.
come with you.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely down. I never understood it because, like, in reality, we're not really watching two talented drivers. We're watching who has
So here's the
more
thing. There's
money
a
or
threshold.
ability,
There's a
right?
threshold where talent gets involved. If you're running slower than 11s, so if you're running a 12-second quarter mile, there's no skill. That's put your foot down, get your shifts.
Okay.
When you're running 6 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds, that's fast. So I don't know if you know quarter mile times well. 14-second quarter is about what a WRX will do.
Right.
So, 300 horse. 12-second quarter is pretty quick. That's like 500 horse, something like that. An 11-second quarter is pretty much flying for like a normal car. So a fast car, like a Lambo, something like that, they'll do 11s. 10s are like your real fast, like 850 horsepower builds. If you're sub 7, you're over 1,000 horse. And so at that point, you're losing traction all the way through the track. So
Right.
you launch, you have your launch control, you grab, and then your traction control lets off after first gear. So you let your get through first gear with your traction control. You hit second gear, you're going about 100 miles an hour. And now your tires are spinning, so you have to try and control that. So there's skill in that.
Right.
But at RMR, most of the time, yeah, you're just flooring it and hitting your shifts.
Right, because that's what I've always, like, I've been out there twice, like, a couple times, and, I always look at it, I'm like, well, if everyone's on the same playing ground, I think it'd be more interesting.
Yeah.
Because then you would actually see the driver town, but if it's just,
Yeah,
we don't really
it's straight
know,
line.
because, like, when you're watching, you don't necessarily really know what's underneath, under everyone's, hood, like, other guy have 5 extra grand than this guy, of course he's going to win.
That's the thing. If you put 2 drag racers in identical cars, that's where it becomes fair.
That would be entertaining to me.
That's professional drag racing.
right.
But there, they don't really... Like, professional drag racing, they have certain thresholds. You can't be above X, Y, and Z of these parameters.
Right.
But out there, you can just put whoever against whoever. So, yeah, it's not fun to spectate.
Right.
But with drifting, you can take a fucking stock shitty car and go slide it. Or you can take a perfectly built car and spin and hit the wall.
Right.
So, like... Put a corner in the track, and that's where it gets fun to spectate.
Drifting would be fun to watch, yeah.
Dude, the cool thing with drift events is locally you can go fucking get a ride in the cars too. It's like if you show up to a drift event, like just hey man, they'll take you for a spin, whatever, show you how it's done.
That'd be pretty cool.
So yeah, like that's literally the only motorsport.
Just put your
They
Dick Callis hunch drifting.
No, straight up, they even do that at the pro level. Like that's the only spectator. That's the only motorsport. I mean, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
That's probably the only motorsport where you'll be able to fucking take a ride in the car.
Yeah.
So that's some cool shit for sure.
And when they get to those higher levels, that shit looks intense.
Dude, those freaking professional... There's a guy in professional drifting that has a Dodge Viper that has like 1,400 horsepower.
What the hell?
1,400 horsepower, and he's drifting it. It's like he goes through a fucking set of tires every lap.
Right.
But that car's bitching, for sure.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's the shit, man.
Jarl, I don't know if I can make you that, but like Thomas that Maddie hangs out with may be able to make you extensions for his brake and shifter. They do a lot of...
Oh yeah.
For what?
Like a suicide shifter?
No, for his Harley probably.
Well, yeah, but why?
He's diabetic, so he's getting amputated from the knees down soon, so he won't be able to shift. So
Is he
he'll-
local?
No, he's in South Carolina.
Yeah, you'd have to suicide shift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so that's what I'm saying. Like,
Depending on the
Yeah,
Harley...
yeah,
Depending on the Harley, you can get a suicide shifter kit.
that's what he's saying. He's
Oh,
just
dude,
like,
almost any Harley you can
Yeah.
get a suicide.
So you can get a suicide shifter, and then you can just get a... they make
Wire
like
your
a...
rear brake up.
Yeah,
like
they make a
aluminum.
hydraulic, so you can get like a second lever for your rear brake
Yeah.
on your clutch hand.
But it's a Harley. You don't need a rear brake. It's not going to do anything.
yeah.
No, yeah, but totally, suicide shifter is the way to go.
Yeah.
They make kits for that for sure.
Yeah, it's
Much easier.
Suicide shifters are sketchy.
I like them, dude. I think they're gangsters. They're gnarly to ride with, but they're fucking cool.
If you fucking have your clutch lever on your left side, though, you're like
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
laying off the throttle and like
No, you gotta pipe them over for sure.
onto the right side.
Yeah,
Yeah, most of them I've seen have been on the clutch side. So
Which is
yeah,
weird.
They are
'cause-
mostly because the shifter's on the clutch side.
Yeah,
So it's
but
an easy way
still,
to
like,
do
you
it.
can
yeah.
still convert it. Like, that's a pain. Like,
Yeah.
That seems like it'd be really difficult to do with our, like...
yeah, because so it's on the shift
Yeah,
of the clutch
that'd
and
be
then
Custom made. Yeah.
and then you're like,
Yeah, I get that.
custom made. Yeah,
I don't know,
mean,
dude. If he wants to hit you with some specs, I can see what I can do.
Yeah, if you want to hit specs, these guys would definitely be.
Yeah, we know
Well,
a couple
even
other people.
paying Harley for anything.
No,
There's
it's
like,
definitely not going to be Harley making the kit, but
Yeah, there's hundreds.
it'll just be a guy like me that has an Amazon account. But
Yeah,
Dude,
if you want to hit us with some specs, like,
yeah,
sure we
We
can
can
find
try
some.
and, yeah, we can definitely work something out. Love to get that set up.
yeah. I mean, worst comes to worst, I'll at
Well-
least look at it.
Thomas doesn't know any like
What?
ergonomics with bikes.
I was just
That's
gonna
a
say, at least
bad
he can
person.
weld some
Yeah.
shit.
He can weld, but that's not a good setup. That
Yeah.
wouldn't work.
The other thing
Yeah.
too is like if you were to get your legs amputated, depending on where it's at, you could potentially keep a foot shifter and just use your upper thigh or something. So that's the neighborhood of thought you'd think of too.
So I can use the clutch and push down and pull to the shift. I want a hand shifter so I can use the clutch. It's an 03 anniversary Super Glide.
Yeah, I don't know shit about those. I'd have to research a little bit.
Yeah, but if you send specs, dude, we can probably figure something out for you.
Yeah.
Shoot us a message on here, like a direct whisper or whatever. And
Yeah. Also,
definitely.
they do make like hydraulic shifter kits where you just push a button and it'll.
I was gonna say, like he said with your fly too, there's definitely shifters for those.
Yeah. So like, there's options you have. So we could look into any of those really.
How hard? This is a question for you guys. How? And these are gonna sound really noobish because I am a noob. I ride a 4-wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
How difficult is it to make it a hand throttle instead of a push?
So fucking easy.
I was gonna
it hurts.
say really
'Cause I
easy.
fucking hate.
The 4-wheeler,
Yeah, dude,
you
twist
can get
throttle.
hand ones though.
If you just
want,
buy a twist throttle off of a dirt bike, you could probably make it work.
it's almost the same thing because all
Right.
you're doing is pushing into throttle. So yeah,
Right. Because
It's the same idea.
It's just it's.
it's
silly.
really easy.
Does it
If
use
you
the same little like nub for the cable
Yeah.
at the end just hooks into the
Yeah.
pusher?
My thing with the thumb throttle is I move around so much when I ride that I'm leaning up, now it's too low. I'm sitting down, now it's too
you
high.
can buy
Right.
extenders too for the
Yeah.
fucking that you can use like your whole hand almost.
Well, and I don't mind it, but it's kind of for my dad because he rides like we all ride. My family we
Yeah.
all ride together, and you know he's getting up there in age, so his hands aren't.
Yeah,
as
dude, putting a
good.
twist throttle on there is way easy.
Yeah.
The main thing too is like when I ride anything, it's like the grip like on a twist throttle on a motorcycle. When you're standing, you need to grab so much over grip, and when you're sitting, you don't. And like having a thumb throttle basically just makes that impossible.
Right,
And I feel like I
exactly.
could never get used to it.
Yeah.
So,
And there's times when, there's times when I've been riding where like I don't fuck myself
Dude.
up, but I'm pretty close to fucking myself up
Dude,
because
yeah.
like I'm at an awkward
Yeah.
angle trying to
buy
fucking.
buy the extender for the thumb throttle for your hand.
Yeah, I used to have one of those. Back
It's
when I had
so
quads.
convenient. Like it's a life changer. Like
Yeah.
even besides the actual, but like it's like it just extends it. So like you use
Yeah.
that part almost like a motorcycle.
There is one thing that makes
But-
twist throttles a pain in the ass though, and that they're way more prone to sticking.
Right.
So if you get like rocks or something in
They
there,
get
you'll
whiskey throttle.
crack it open, and then it won't. You'll have to like manually shut it off.
Right.
So that can happen, but it probably wouldn't if you don't tip over the bike a lot.
Right.
But yeah,
It's not too bad though. It's definitely easy. Or
Yeah.
you know,
It should literally
Fairly.
pretty much plug and play.
Yeah.
If not, it'll be minimal work. But
Right.
you could probably just Amazon or Google like.
Well, yeah,
this-
and
just a kit, and I'll do it for you if you order it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
I know my way around enough not to be completely idiotic. But
I mean, it's even if you do fuck it up, like that's how
it's
you
not
learn
gonna
though.
be- Yeah. Plus, we have that amazing YouTube now where you can search up.
Dude,
You can fix
literally,
anything.
I feel like
from-
anybody who's like motivated a little bit, has some tools, and has some YouTube videos can pretty much fix anything.
You
Yeah.
can fix like you can look up like your year, whatever you're doing, and there's probably a video for it.
Yeah.
Especially with Subarus, man. Everybody's done something on
Yeah.
Subaru. Like,
So I was thinking if I ran up to right under the handlebars, I can push and pull
on a shift.
on it to shift.
Yeah, that's
Right.
pretty much what a suicide shift
'Cause since
is.
I got riding pegs, chopper style, where your legs are out towards the front, before I get proper prosthetics, get some peg legs to hold it up when I stop.
Uh-huh.
I can't not ride. It's my therapy.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Not having anything to prop it up on when you stop, that could be problematic.
Yeah.
Prop what up on
The
His
bike.
bike when he stops.
Because like if you don't have,
if he doesn't have legs,
yeah, if you don't have your prosthetics yet, I mean, I'm sure it could work out. But yeah, man, there are a lot of options for suicide shifters that would move your shifter to your hand, and
Yeah.
there's ways to move your clutch around and stuff.
I didn't think about the prop though. Definitely like.
Another thing people have done before is on your brake side. It's weird because it's on the throttle side now, but they make a stubby lever. So like normally you pull your clutch in with only 2 fingers, So they only
Yeah.
make the lever this long. And so you can put that, and then above it you'll put your front brake too. So
Okay.
you have them both on the same side, so you can, or you can switch your front brake to the other side and put the clutch on. So there's options.
Right.
I think that'd be sweet to get a fucking right side rear
Yeah.
brake. So for
Yeah.
when you're practicing,
Dude, the
on
yeah.
snowmobilers have a throttle on the other side. It's a Goldfinger is the kit they make, but it's just like a little 1-finger lever, because like the throttle's over here, but if you're on a sled, you get all over the sled. So like if you're on this, you need to be over here, you can only get to this bar, now you have a throttle on both sides.
That's crazy.
I've always wanted a snowmobile. I've
I've never really gotten into it
Dude,
either,
it's
man. It
fucking
looks fun as
sketchy.
hell.
It seems sketchy.
it's
but
That's the
fine.
thing though, if you fuck up, like
You're not
just
gonna
going
get
into a bunch of
yeah.
snow.
That's true.
As long as you don't roll that bitch, like the worst it's gonna be. Is
Yeah,
it's
even
cold
then,
now.
like it's just soft ground.
Yeah.
Avalanches are probably your number one threat out
Right.
there.
Well, I was
And
just
if you
riding-
get a good avalanche pack, you'll be all right.
I was riding on the back one time, and like we were going up, like like dirt bikes go up the dirt hill, come back down. We were doing that, but on a snow wheel, and we were going right for a tree. And I was like, oh, we're about to fucking die, like going.
Yeah.
But luckily we went right around. I was like,
Yeah. They make the timber sled kits for dirt bikes now too
That's
that are
true,
pretty
yeah.
sick.
those are cool.
No, Jarl, absolutely. We will, we do have a lot of contacts around our area with people who
Is that empty?
do specifically things like that. So yeah, we would
Sorry.
love to help you out with that, Jarl. What up, Nick? Welcome in.
Whoa, what's the number one mean?
He's donated the most bits this week.
Right here.
The hell's a bit?
So penny basically is what it is.
Yeah.
It's just
So
a
he gave
tip.
you a buck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're the man.
The guy, much appreciated.
Hell yeah.
He also, because I do commercial cleaning, so like he does the same thing. We were just talking like, so many people just throw away full fucking drinks in their trash, and it's so annoying.
I don't know how people do that, man.
It's fucked up.
It's like,
It's not a sink.
There's sinks everywhere. Go pour it outside in the fucking grass.
or finish it, or give
Yeah,
it to your buddy.
who buys a full drink though? Like,
or
and
give
just,
it to
like,
a hobo at the
yeah.
very least.
right?
Like, that's, if I ever go and eat somewhere downtown and I can't finish it, and I bring home a doggy bag that I know I'm not going to be able to keep, I usually just hand it to
Yeah.
some fucking
Yeah, for
dude sitting on the
sure.
side of the road. Like,
You don't know how much, like, how often I just throw away like a full fucking meal and drink where it's like, you demon, you bought this. It's just such a waste of money.
yeah.
Like-
The only time I could see it is if you're at a fast food place inside. And
Yeah,
you get
that
free
makes more
refills
sense
and you
for
have
sure.
to leave.
Right.
But that's still like,
I still have the courtesy to go pour it out into their drink fountain.
yeah.
I don't, to be honest. I'm
Yeah.
not- I work for cleaning and I don't do
I
it.
definitely throw the ice cubes away, and those just turn into water. So I'm probably
Right.
a piece of shit, but it's whatever.
Yeah, still.
He had the worst day today. Oh, story time.
Yeah, tell us.
Do you guys ever go do riding down to the dunes?
I've been to the dunes a couple times. Not on my current bike though. I used to have a 250, and I've taken that, but I haven't taken the 450 out there yet.
I don't got shit these days. I don't know. I sold my dirt bike. So
I want to
I've
buy
got-
a two-stroke four-wheeler.
Two strokes are the shit.
just for fun.
I like two strokes better than four strokes, man.
Yeah.
If I wasn't planning on street legalizing it, I'd have gone two stroke for sure.
yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Even if it was a two-stroke.
Basically, just carrying around two stroke oil all the time is a big pain in the ass.
Just so I can stop at the gas station.
Yeah,
You
like
have
I
to
can
have
stop at the gas station, fill up, not have to worry about it. That's literally the only reason.
You have to have a backpack just for the oil.
Yep. Like everything else is better about two strokes. Cheaper to rebuild, cooler, sound better, quieter.
I got to ride this dude's four-wheeler out at Sand Mountain
Yeah.
like halfway through last year.
Yeah, Sam Mountain's
He
sick.
had a 450 Banshee with everything that I could think of.
Dude, that's a huge fucking bore on there. Aren't they like 300
Dude,
stock?
that thing was the scariest fucking thing I've ever rode in my
Holy
life.
shit. He like put a 50% overbore on that almost.
Dude,
That's
I don't
insane.
even know what the hell was on that bike.
Yeah.
It was louder than all sin, and that thing.
Dude, Banshees are so bitchin'.
I've
Yeah, they
never,
are.
because I ride a Raptor 700, so it's a pretty big four-wheeler.
Yeah, dude,
And-
damn, dude,
yeah.
700's bitchin'.
Yeah,
too.
and I got like a couple aftermarket things and like
Yeah.
an aftermarket muffler that put like 3 extra horsepower on it. And
Yeah.
this dude's Banshee, like, I just about flew off
Yeah.
going
dude.
into second gear. Like how much
That's
power
wild.
was on that?
Yeah,
thing.
Just that
dude,
power
my
band
bike's
on it?
my
Yeah,
bike's
it was-
fucking fast, and Banshees make it look like a slug.
God, it was fucking scary, but it was. I really wanted to tear up Sand Mountain with it, but I've never fully done Sand Mountain.
Really.
Yeah, because I'm not confident enough.
Here's the deal with Sand Mountain, dude. It's one of those things that on a quad you're just along for the ride. It's like on a
Right.
dirt bike, you don't start doing the side to side
True.
shit. So like you just pinch with your knees, lean back, bounce the whoops or whatever. But on a quad with whoops, you're just
Yeah, you're
whatever
good.
happens happens.
I went up on. I rode. What are they called? The not sand buggies, but sand rail.
Yeah. Dude, sand rails are sick
This
as fuck.
Oh, I would
too.
love to have one of those.
This dude said. Now I don't know if I believe him. He had like a 15, like not a 15, a 2500 cc or something like that sand rail out there.
That's probably a Subaru motor.
It was the stupidest thing that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like I saw him go up once, so like everyone out there is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, can I get a ride up there? And he's like, absolutely.
Yeah.
We were at the top of Sand Mountain in like 4 seconds. I was like,
Yeah.
What
Dude,
is
no, if
this
it was
thing?
2500 cc, it was probably the 2.5 liter Subaru motor out of the
Yeah.
STI. That's a really common sand rail swap.
Yeah.
that would make sense because that thing
Yeah.
was.
Dude, the coolest sand rail I've ever seen was a dude who put a fucking twin turbo LS, so the Corvette motor. That thing was like over 1,000 horse. Literally, like he'd just be driving, like cruising, and they sound super gnarly
Right.
down low. It's just like lugging along, and then all of a sudden he just gives it the beans and fucking pops a wheelie on flat ground.
Well, no, that's what I was gonna say because when we went up when we started going, he just hit it,
Yeah.
and we were wheeling up the first half.
Yeah.
So I imagine if he had a Corvette engine, like
He could
that's
wheelie
gotta be
fucking,
hard as fuck to
He had a
drive.
wheelie bar. He had to have a wheelie bar, or else
Yeah.
he could freaking loop out. But yeah, dude, those things are insanely fast.
I want to get one.
Sand reels are bitching as fuck.
They're so cool. Have you seen the dude? That company puts the Jay-Z motors in the Volkswagen little buses.
Fuck no, he puts a Jay-Z in those.
It's in Bountiful, isn't it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
They
remember
put
what
Jay-Z
it's called.
motors in the fucking old Volkswagen like
The
vans.
fucking hippie bus.
Yeah.
God damn.
So
The
let's-
motor's like 30 inches long. That's insane. They can get it to fit in that little.
I don't know how
ass
they
engine
do it.
bay.
Like they have some like apparently it's
They
super
probably have
pop-
to hack that thing to shit.
Well,
That's
apparently
cool.
it's some super like a lot of companies do now. It's like they have a conversion kit you can just order now.
Huh.
And I don't know what it is, but yeah, like they're so fucking fast too. Just in the hippie van, I was like, Jesus
So
Christ.
Nick says I pulled out a trash bag and looked in the can, and someone threw away a full drink, and the bag must have had a rip in the bottom, so all the liquids on the bottom of the can. It also appeared that someone diarrhea blasted in the bathroom.
Oh,
Like
delicious.
it was on the sides of the toilet and some on the floor near the entrance.
Oh,
It looked like
no.
someone walked in with oil on the bottom of their boots, so I had to fucking figure out a way to clean dried oil off of the floor.
Dude, that just sounds like all three of the worst things that happened at Slim's while I was there
Fuck, in a
Just
day.
in
combine-
one day. Fuck.
Man, I can only imagine stuff you guys had to deal with at a gas station.
I didn't deal with anything gross at
Yeah.
the car wash, but when I worked down at the 2600,
That one gets buck because it's
Yeah.
24 hours. So you get some
Yeah.
randos coming in there.
a lot of meth heads come off the freeway.
Yeah. Dude, the weirdest thing that ever happened while I was at Slim's was there's this very well-known crackhead lady. I'm sure you met her.
Yeah.
Got all the dogs in her
Yeah.
car. Yep.
Yeah.
She has all the
You know her.
dogs.
You know her too.
I didn't
If
like
you
that
saw
lady.
her,
She
you
made
would
me
know
so
her.
uncomfortable.
No, she's weird. So me and a larger fellow we're working. It wasn't the larger fellow you're thinking of. I was talking about another guy. But we were working
Yeah.
on a Sunday. It was me and Sean.
Yeah,
Sean.
Yeah, I love
And
Sean.
like we were just chilling. He's like coolest dude ever.
Yeah, Sean's great.
So we're just sitting back there relaxing, fucking chilling behind the counter. It's like 7 a.m. on a Sunday. Nothing's going on. She walks in, goes in the ladies' bathroom, like, starts flirting with us a little bit. I was like, okay, that was weird. Whatever. Go take a shit or whatever you were going to do. And we just, like, keep sitting there and forget about it or whatever. And, like, 2 hours later, she comes out, like, with all her hair done and shit. And apparently, she took, like, an entire shower, like, everything in that gas station bathroom with the sink. I was like, okay, yeah, that was weird. Like, I'm glad I didn't go in there to, like, fucking do anything, because I would have just walked in and seen some crazy shit. But yeah, that was probably one of the weirder moments.
So
when I used to
you
work
know
there.
what started to get real weird is that lady used to come in like
Oh, she came in all the time.
couple hours before closing,
Yeah.
and her and El Jefe were starting to get a little vibe going.
Dude, yeah!
Yeah.
They totally almost fucked a couple times.
Right.
Oh no, it's a homeless
forgot.
lady too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lived
she
in
was
a car
homeless.
for-
She
Yeah, it's
kept
gonna-
saying that her boyfriend kicked her out, but her boyfriend's been kicking her out for about 5 years.
Yeah.
So I would guess she's homeless by now.
I saw her like.
I see her all the time still.
Hey, thanks for the follow.
Yeah, thank you for the follow. Whoever that was.
That's what that noise was.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
When someone follows, the noise that it makes says "Oh yeah,"
Oh.
and it pops up a dancing taco, but the screen's frozen. I saw her over at the McDonald's parking lot.
26?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see her there all the time,
And-
too.
I didn't recognize her at all. I'm not gonna remember all these type of people that come
Yeah.
through.
You're not
She,
going to
like-
remember your local crackhead.
Right. She specifically, like, this was like a year after I worked there. Like, last time I saw her, she specifically came up to me. She's like, "Oh, hey, Wes, how are you?" And I'm like,
What the
"The
fuck?
fuck are you?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, have we met?" And she's like, "How could you remember me, silly? I was at Slim's all the time." And I'm like,
You're that one crackhead
"Yeah."
bitch.
How do you
Yeah.
respond? I was like, "Oh, hope you're doing well." And she's, like, she tried to do the whole keep talking thing, and
Did you fuck
Yeah.
her?
I feel like she's been.
no.
It would not be hard, but I don't think it's worth it. man.
There,
You're barking up a bad tree.
yeah, that's like a gross type of bad tree too.
Yeah, it's like one of those trees that's mostly moss.
Oh,
it's
no.
struck by lightning and all rotted.
At least you have a story to tell, Wes. Time to make your moves.
No, I would rather fuck my own ass, probably. Sanitation at a hotel is fucking dude.
Yeah, it seems
Because
bad.
everyone goes to hotels to fuck. Like,
And do meth and go
And
on
do meth.
benders.
Pisser here, dude.
yeah, follow so not this office, but follow all the way back and then to the left.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so go to the right and then all the way back to the left.
I work at a bank. Previously, I worked at a grade school. Children do not know how to use it. Yeah.
I still barely know how to use a urinal. Man.
Yeah.
I miss all the time. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if I come in a little drunk or something, I'm not gonna, like, go out of my way to not piss on the floor a little bit. I'll just I'll just dribble every once in a while. It's not my
Sometimes you gotta
fault.
I
dribble.
was gonna say, like, I clean for a living, and the other day, while I was peeing with our friend Cameron, I peed on his feet right on the ground at the fucking bar bathroom.
Nice.
What's up, Toasted Iron?
That's what that says.
Yeah.
I
you
think
doing?
I'm slightly dyslexic, so I thought the D was a B.
Toasted.
Toasty Byron. What's up, Toasty Byron? How you doing?
It gets hard sometimes with some of the names that come in because it's like 6 words just in one little chunk, and I'm like,
I forgot what my Twitch name is. I know it's some fucking vulgar as shit, as always.
Yeah, Twitch is fun.
It's
Hell
a good
yeah.
time. There's a lot of fun people on Twitch.
The
A lot of
pineapple
trolls.
pizza's coming in clutch for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of looks like mac and cheese with ham chunks in it though.
It definitely
Damn, mac and cheese with ham chunks. That sounds
That
delicious.
sounds bitchin'. Hey, do you guys want a pizza? Should we order a pizza to the podcast? Is that a first?
I think it might be too
148.
late though.
What time is it?
1:48.
Oh damn, they close at midnight. Shit.
Yeah, time flies past.
Oh yeah.
Catch
Watch-
up on me.
How long have we
A lot
been
of
going?
people have trouble with my username. Yeah,
You want to do 15 more minutes? Does that work with everyone?
Yeah, that works for me.
I'm chilling.
15 more? Does that work with you, Maddie?
What are we in, like 2.5 hours already?
Yeah, we'll be at 2.5 in 15 minutes. So
Fuck yeah.
if that works with you guys,
Yeah, that's cool.
since it's a Wednesday night.
A Wednesday night at 2:30 in the morning. Hungry as fuck, same.
I don't know. That's why I just want to go. 15
You should
more
order a
minutes.
pizza in South Carolina, but send it to our address.
Right. That'd be dope. That'd be so funny. Like, alright, we'll be there in a day.
Yeah. See you in
And
22
we'll tip him at
hours.
$2.
Yeah, leave him a shit tip. He's got to drive all the way across country in the middle of the night. He's like, fuck.
All that for $2.
Do you guys frequent downtown often?
Yeah, every once in a while.
Have you noticed how hipster it is now?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking hipster. It's
weird.
been like that last couple of years. I've noticed. Like,
keep
it get
telling people
progressively
that.
weirder.
I meet
just-
some real cool people though.
Yeah, I like it better than what it was.
No,
'cause-
I think it's cool as shit. The church office building's not as much of a focal point.
No.
It's moving down towards the bars.
yeah,
That's
there's shit to do. There's not just
Yeah.
assholes walking around everywhere.
I feel like it's actually becoming downtown now.
Yeah.
Like it's what a downtown should be.
Yeah,
You're in
so-
those little scooters?
No, but I want to.
I
Dude,
wanna
they're
ride 'em.
so sick. They're
Are they?
fast.
Are they electric, right?
Yeah, they go like fucking 15 to 20 if you're going downhill.
That's
they haul
so
fucking
cool.
ass.
Chandler was telling me that the double gun never works for hitting on chicks, and I was bound to prove him wrong.
The double gun.
I was like, "Hey, ladies, how's it going?" And then she's like riding by fast as fuck on the scooter. What's up? And I was like, oh, "Okay, I guess she's gone now."
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could get that one to work.
But yeah, I'm a convinced Chandler I can get a chick with the double guns.
I believe it.
That sounds fucking hard to do.
I believe it.
I've tried.
Hey.
So far, not so
Hey,
good.
you slick the hair back and then do it.
I was
baby.
gonna say you gotta slick the hair back and then bring back the puka shell necklace.
So far, not working so well. They're all super nice about it. They're like, "Hey, how are you?" But after that, they're
Yeah.
done after that. But I'll get them. I'm gonna get them.
30 minutes or it's free. I'm off to my usual seafood diet this week, so I am as well.
I
Oh,
read that.
I get it, because he's salty Frank of the seas and he eats seafood. You got jokes, man.
He does have jokes.
Damn, you're a
It's
funny
crazy.
motherfucker, dude.
I run into.
He's
so
been
many
here
people.
for a long time.
Yeah,
Holy
salty's a
shit.
boy.
Wait, hold on. South Carolina guys on Eastern time.
Yeah,
That's 2 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
it's 4 o'clock in the
It's
morning.
4 o'clock in the morning, man.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
There's a large portion of people who are up super late.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
either get like people up like super late like that, or a lot of people from Europe because it's
Yeah.
like,
Europe, that's sick. Shout out to the Europe people.
and they know way more about our politics than we
It's crazy. Everyone who
Yeah,
comes in
yeah.
always wants to talk about politics.
Damn. I feel like most people outside of the U.S. think everybody here cares about politics, but most people are just like, yeah, I don't know, whatever the fuck they're doing.
do. I don't know what's
So-
happening, but it's happening. So.
Yeah.
So
What do you think about the latest thing Trump said? Which one was it this
Man,
time?
fuck, dude.
don't know.
I didn't think much after the first couple. Once I
Right.
realized it was gonna be a recurring thing.
I'm just not a political person. Like, I don't know. I've been talking to a couple
neither.
people, like, and they like watch the podcast. And like, why don't you guys do more political stuff? And I'm
Because
like,
it's cancerous.
It's because we're trying to be moderate here. Like, do you know how many like people
Trying to have
viewers will
fun.
leave?
Yeah.
well, my reply to that was like, Mine aren't gonna be fun because like I'm pretty neutral, so I'm just gonna laugh at everything people want to like.
Yeah,
talk
legit.
About. Like,
People are like, "Oh, everything should be free," and then you're like, "Okay, that probably wouldn't work." The other one's like, "No government," and it's like that probably wouldn't work either.
I don't know what the fuck you want from us.
I usually wake up somewhere between midnight and 2 a.m. Is what Toasted Iron said.
Dang.
Reminds you of Patrick. Yay, 3 a.m. Eating the Krabby Patty.
If you try to talk to me about politics, I'm gonna tell you to fuck off. I couldn't give a less of a fuck. The world is gonna go to hell in a gift-wrapped handbasket.
Tell me why the fuck people are voting for a dead gorilla. Because it was better than the other two. Fuck.
Yeah.
Because Harambe will be in our life forever.
Yeah, fucking R.I.P. He's our fucking savior. What are you talking
Wouldn't
about?
you vote
Victor?
for Jesus if
Yeah,
he was available?
if Jesus is on the ballot, you'd check that motherfucker.
Harambe's the next closest thing.
Yeah. I don't even think I voted. I'm going to be honest.
Nah, I
I'm probably a
didn't.
bad person.
No, I'm registered to vote, but I didn't vote.
I'm registered to get drafted, so I guess that means I can vote too, right?
I voted, but not like it matters.
It's pretty arbitrary at this point.
Yeah. I just did it to have the experience.
Yeah.
Yay. I wanted to go see what it was like how the process
Oh, you
was.
actually went to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I was very underwhelmed.
yeah.
I was like, oh, this is fucking
Did you get roasted? Did people like, who'd you vote for?
No.
Oh.
Definitely not.
Who'd you vote for?
Who'd I vote for?
Yeah.
Can't say.
Damn, you're just like the Dave Chappelle.
It was
set.
Harambe,
When he's
huh?
like,
It was Harambe.
it's like Dave Chappelle talking. I was like, why do white people never talk about who they vote for? He's like, you couldn't be talking like, so I was fucking my wife. He's like, who'd you vote for? Enough with the personal stuff.
Vince McMahon?
Fucking Vince McMahon is running?
Yeah.
Dude!
I'd vote for him.
Yeah, if I'd have known that shit, that guy was jacked back in the 80s. God damn, back when cocaine and steroids were the perfect cocktail before bed. Vince McMahon's the guy. Dude.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm finna try a cocaine steroid cocktail.
That sounds pretty good. You just inject it all in your ass cheek and get huge and skinny at the same time.
Then you're having a good night.
You just wake up and your body's pulsating.
You just wake up Hulk Hogan. It's like, fuck yeah, brother.
That'd be the best.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, yeah.
You might want to do that. It's a felony not to. Oh, I didn't know that. Vince McMahon's only 72? Shit. He's probably still buff.
He could easily run for the presidency.
Only 72.
Shit, I don't know. I feel like fucking Donald Trump's probably close to that, isn't
I think he's or 71 or 72, yeah.
he? And that old motherfucker's still porking some hot bitches, though.
Yeah, he is.
God damn.
I know, everyone's like, I keep seeing like news articles like, Melania's planning to divorce Trump. It's like, we can all see that. Like, you find out your husband just fucking hella porn stars. Like,
Hey. It's as if, I mean, she was a porn star.
yeah.
once, you know?
I was like, come on, who she got to judge? She's like a fucking, you're a trophy wife.
He knew his dick's been through the gutter prior to
One of my
marrying her.
favorite, this wasn't me, this was some female comedian that said this, but my favorite one, her freaking jab was, Donald Trump's fucked more models than bulimia. I was like, damn, true.
That's a good joke.
Yeah, that was a solid one.
Oh.
I was about it for sure.
Did you guys watch the roast of Bruce Willis at all?
No.
I forgot about
The last
that.
roast I watched was of Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
that
that
was
one
pretty
was
bitchin'.
I
I
heard
like that
Bruce
one.
Willis was funny. I just heard they edited it way too much because Dennis Rodman was there and
Uh-huh.
he was making a ton of North Korea jokes.
Well, he was just there, wasn't he?
Yeah, so like he was making jokes like even Kim Jong Un's not this bad or something like that, and they edited it out and like apparently they were hilarious. So I was like, fuck.
Fucking Mennonites get out of the dry. Isn't that a Smash Bros character?
I thought it was like a Mormon. Aren't Mennonites like the Mormon mafia thing?
I thought those were the missionaries.
No idea.
I don't know.
Oh,
Fucking- Damn.
Yeah, they're not looking for draft dodgers anymore.
shit. I don't know, dude.
They're more
One day-
concerned
we
about.
may be getting drafted here pretty soon.
Then I'm pulling a Trump and saying I have bone spikes in my feet.
You're right.
Is that what he said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 times.
No, he must have
No,
a lot
but
of bone spikes.
I don't know. I think I would do it. Like if I got drafted,
If I got drafted, I'll do what my grandfather did and do the best technique. Just
Sit your
volunteer to
dick.
be a cook.
There you go.
Yeah, he was, because he got drafted and he was like, fuck. Either I go front lines or I just stay home and knit sweaters.
All
And
right.
he's like, wait, I could be a cook.
Yeah.
And just hope that our camp doesn't get blown up, and we'll be good. And his camp never got blown up, and he lived, and now.
That's good. My grandpa finished his tour right before Vietnam started. So.
Really? Yeah, both of mine were in Korea, so they missed the shitty ones.
No.
But
still,
yeah, being in Vietnam would be fucking horrible. World War II would probably be worse.
Yeah.
At least they liked you when you came home. For
Yeah.
World War II, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, Korea was rough. That's one that people overlook.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That was
definitely.
some real shit.
All wars are rough. Right?
We went to
Yeah.
a school with a girl that joined the Marine Corps to be an accountant. So.
What accounting does the Marine need to do?
a
That's
lot,
interesting.
probably.
Yeah, but like,
Damn.
you joined the Marine Corps to be an accountant, and then
I know
she,
a lot of people.
She
that
got
join the Marines
pregnant
to get
right
desk
before
jobs.
though. So
I think it's a great call because like you're probably making a better salary than like most accountants.
You get a bitch in retirement.
besides the
benefit?
fact that she
Yeah.
was pregnant, so she had to give birth to a dude that left her. So who's gonna take care of this? I don't know. I still don't know who took care of this fucking kid.
Oh, okay, but besides that, like,
I mean, that's all. That would have happened regardless of the
Yeah.
Marines thing. But
might as
I
well
don't know.
go for the Marines.
Like, you're a Marine, you're not getting shot at, and you're making a decent wage. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people that signed up for the Marines to get put in combat and then never did.
Yeah.
So that's a little depressing.
Salty Frank. If Vince McMahon became president, he'd be the second president that had been in the ring in WWE.
Yeah.
He totally would.
Trump
Fuck
fought
yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Dude, I forgot Donald Trump was in the fucking WWE match. I gotta go rewatch that. That has to be good
He
shit.
put some hands on some people.
It's like, you're fired.
Oh no.
God damn.
My grandfather dropped out of school and ran away to be in WWE. That's crazy, Toasted.
That's wild, yeah, damn.
My grandpa is the same way. He joined the Marine Corps when he was 17 years old. But
Yeah, my
I want-
grandpa had his 18th birthday on the water in the Navy.
damn.
Shit.
I
That
wanna
was
have-
really common back then.
Yeah, it was. I want to have my grandpa on here. He has some crazy fucking stories.
That'd
like,
be sick, just because really old people.
well, because like his family left him when he was young, so he lived with his aunt and uncle, but they hated him, so he slept on their porch with their dogs. when he was younger.
Wow,
Like,
holy shit.
He has the craziest stories.
Yeah,
Like,
damn.
then he ran with the Mexican greasers when he was younger, and they would go fight like kids up in Heber, like cowboy, like the country kids.
Yeah, holy
'Cause
shit.
he's like, those kids were tough, so we'd go fight them. I was like, what the fuck you telling me,
That's
Grandpa?
insane.
Yeah, my grandpa was a medic, I guess, during World War II.
Holy fuck.
I was too young and like, so
Yeah.
he like when I was of age to actually like be interested in asking about that. He had a lot of heart attacks and strokes, so he
Yeah.
was kind of not all there to be able
Yeah.
to talk about it. But I imagine there were stories.
Yeah, god damn, dude. Being a medic in World War II would be insane.
I still have his jacket.
Yeah, you do still have his jacket.
Vietnam was fucked up. Yeah, dude, Vietnam was fucking horrible.
My
What's
uncle-
the shit called? I don't want to say Nova 6 gas, but that's totally from Call of Duty.
Oh,
What was the real one called? Agent Orange.
Agent Orange, yeah.
Dude, Agent Orange is fucking
Remember
horrible.
when on King
Yeah,
of
damn it, he beat me too.
do you remember on King of the Hill when what's her name was making it? Because isn't it like ammonia and bleach mix? Is that what makes it?
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
I always just knew that was like toxic. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that's what Agent Orange was. Holy shit.
So Yarl says Vietnam War was fucked up. My uncle was Governor Carol Campbell's bodyguard. Campbell's, yeah.
Yeah, I like the chicken noodle
Right.
soup.
Bodyguard because he carried Campbell's brother 5 miles out of the jungle on his shoulders when they got shot down when he was a medic. On
Damn,
the
it's like
Huey.
I think
Forrest
a
Gump.
Huey's a helicopter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, man.
When I was detailing cars, I met this dude, and he was, which I can't remember, I think it was Nam, and he would tell us he was an Army Ranger, and to interrogate people, they'd fly him up in the helicopter. When they wouldn't answer, they'd kick him out of the helicopter, and he said, we'd go back down to the ground, and he's survivor, so we'd fly him back up and kick him out again. I was like, what the fuck are you
Fucked up.
telling me this for?
Yeah.
You
Isn't
told me the
that-
craziest stories?
Didn't John McCain get like tortured in Vietnam?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He was a POW.
And that dude would always tell me, he's like, you'd be perfect, because I was like, I'm super skinny, so like, they had like people in the army that would crawl through the holes, the tunnels.
Yeah.
And he's like, they didn't have a long lifespan though. He's like, they last an average of 6 months, because like, apparently there's this snake called a two-stepper they'd hang from the ceiling, and like so you'd be crawling through the tunnel and bite you on the back of the neck, and they call it two-stepper because you'd only take 2 steps before you died. I was like, so you just like he's like, you'd be good at that. I was like, dying? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think I could probably die I could die with the best of them. I'd say
pretty good at that.
Can't be that hard. Everybody does it. I mean,
How crazy that to think that they used a fucking snake as like a military defense tool.
That's
Yeah.
what he's saying. Is like because everyone's crawling, looking down, and then also.
Yeah, that's
yeah, dude. Vietnam was fucking wild. World War II was fucking wild. I feel like they've gotten progressively more mellow, I guess, like less fucked up shit the more
I've
recent
heard
you
some
get.
crazy stories from modern, like I know in like Iraq, this dude I worked with that was a Marine, he said they think like that the people Down syndrome, like in like Islam, they think like they're demons. So he said like he's like we'd be walking down the streets and see people with Down syndrome chained up outside.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
I just saw his face and I was like, oh no.
You know where I was going with it.
That's really fucked.
That's wild, man. Yeah, I know. Like, there's been some crazy shit that went on in Iraq, but I don't know. I mean, obviously, don't fact check me on this, but I would assume it was less deadly than
Yeah.
World War II, and we
But
didn't lose, so I guess
that's
it's
true.
better than
Yeah,
Vietnam. But
we are in the most peaceful time in human history.
which is sick. I hope it keeps going.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice, like just sitting on your couch knowing, like, we're not at war today.
Yeah.
You know.
It's just nice living here. Like, I
Only
guarantee
lasted
we're not
about
getting
6
invaded.
months. I don't know, man. Didn't the Gulf War go on for like fucking years?
Couldn't tell you.
Because it was like a few years before 9/11, and then it was.
I have no idea.
Yeah, weird.
I don't know enough about the wars. Probably I should know more, but I don't.
Deserter.
Just run away.
Get confused on who to shoot, huh?
I get
Yeah, they
naked.
don't like that.
Yeah.
I think they'd want you to leave if you didn't know who to shoot.
They're like, yeah, we probably don't need you.
Yeah, just run out and do whatever, man.
Yeah, you can go ahead and run naked on the front lines. But
Probably one of the jobs that comes with training, for sure.
Yeah.
The first question they ask, like, all right, so who's good at running naked?
I'm like,
Yeah.
Been known.
all right, you're going first.
Go with intimidation. Give them your best war's cry.
All painted up like Braveheart.
Yeah.
A sword.
Freedom.
Just helicopter.
Come
on!
America's got freedom,
As long as they
baby.
give me a horse, then I'm good.
That would be the shit.
Alright, we're at 2:30 though. You guys ready to call it?
Yeah,
Sure,
man.
dude. Let's call it. Bye.
Alright, everyone watching, thanks for watching. Oh, dang. We're gonna end it tonight, but we'll talk to you guys Friday.
Friday night.
Have a good one.
Dab.